Go tit and go to. All righty, y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at northwest of Mexham. How are you? I'd like to welcome you all to our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report. And I am here with my magnificent and beloved brothers in whom I am well pleased. And they are...
Islam, I am Tarat my Bay. How are you people doing?
Sauce. Islam to the people, peace and love to the people. I am Brother Alim. You already know all is well. And what was that sometimes that you say, bro? What you call me?
Brave Get it, man. I'm going to actually share this out to the Jurisprudence Gym Telegram, man. Let me make sure they get a load of this, right? Because a lot of people in the Jurisprudence Gym. Shout out to you all, man. Shout out to Mother Malika and Sunny and their loved ones, as well as our loved ones at the Jurisprudence Gym, guys. I mean, it's beautiful for us to be a part of each other's lives via this, internet communication that we have. I feel like it's not like a catfishing situation, so to speak, when it comes to doing jurisprudence exercises. Like it's definitely no catfishing going on. So shout out to all of you guys. All of you are loved, all that participate, no matter what background you come from, no matter what it is that you stand for. Even though you guys know, being Moorish American, we can't do anything but tell the truth. And making sure that all that we're doing in exercising our jurisprudence is to show you guys not just the law or the rules of what's happening today, however, the history that got us here. And when you really check that history, you guys are going to really see that there's something that's missing that needs to be active in everybody's lives on the planet when it comes to, because jurisprudence is history and law. You cannot separate the history and the law. And if you separate the history, you're in dishonor. And one thing we know, one thing's for sure and two things for certain, we must remain in honor. So let me just send this out there and say live now, beloveds, as I normally do, right? Send that on out and tell them to join us, right? So bros, you got anything you want to share with the people before we go in, before I go and do the screen share? Any announcements? Guys want to tell people go and get their mirror AstroLiteracy sessions done, or grab some tarot reportings from Brother Sean?
Yeah, they can get them when they, get around to pronto.
Pronto.
They know where it's at, right?
They know what's there.
They know where it's at.
They know where it's at. Y'all know where it's at. 7hillstar.com, guys. You already know. Go to the About Us page, too. You guys want to get connected with us directly through our direct message via Instagram, right? Go to the direct messages there. You guys can actually connect with us. Like, those buttons work on our About Us page. You guys will not be disappointed. And, look.
That's Brother Pooh, yeah.
Hold
Brother
up.
Pooh, yeah.
No. He said, woo, woo, woo.
Oh, that's Brother Woo, woo, woo.
That's what he said.
What's up, Brother Chief?
Can you woo, woo, woo?
Islam, bro.
Islam, all nobles in the building.
Indeed.
Love and respect and appreciation and all of that good brotherly goodness.
Islam. Are you camera ready, bro? I can add you in.
No, I ain't camera ready yet. I'm like
you ain't gotta get the beats. You ain't gotta tell them what's going on in your background, man.
It's none of their business.
Yes. Like, man, I'm just chilling, writing this music. You know what I'm saying? No,
you can play the fifth light jack today.
Yeah,
questions.
Like the brother said, Moors are private. We're private. We don't really. I ain't got my
Like
impression
influence.
down like you yet, bro. I'm working on it.
You're hilarious, man. You're
Moore's
hilarious.
a private.
It's funny though
How you
how
doing,
much,
Taj? You're hilarious.
yeah, because it's funny how much we just automatically voice act and don't even try actually. Like, because I know,
That's
brother
talent,
Chi's
bro.
into the voice acting also. However, if you really think about it, being a vocalist is voice acting, no matter how you
It
are a
is.
vocalist.
Indeed.
That's how I think Jamie Foxx is so good. Jamie Foxx he's just like, I feel like he's just impersonating like a Tank, because Tank wrote a lot of his stuff. Think about it like that. Think about it like that. Think about if I imitated Michael Jackson or imitated like a lot, like a lot of artists, that's their inspiration, but it's like they're imitating them, but doing their version of them. Somebody like Jamie Foxx could actually imitate the person. You understand? That's
He can
talent within itself. Like, nigga, you could put out a whole album acting like Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Here's my baby, left me. Life was so unkind. Like, okay, I'll buy that shit.
It's funny too, because like when speaking like that, like I told you, my beloved mother, Mistress Consort, shout out to her. She had put me on to Ro James. And I was like, she was like, I really like Ro James. And so I'm listening to his music. And like, you already know, it only takes us just a little while, and next
just a little bit.
We know the music, like we know the lyric and the key that it's sung in. And so as I'm listening to Ro James, though, I'm like, bro, he is the new Prince.
That's what he is.
Everything, every song, his voice, everything, it sounds just like Prince.
Trey Songz trying to do the R. Kelly. You got the whole
interesting too. I'm not. When it comes to Trey Songz, it's not too much that I enjoy with his presentation. Not knocking his artistry, you know what I mean.
But no, I'm just saying
like
with these
Picasso,
modeling.
some people like Van Gogh. What'd you say?
I'm just saying he's like modeling chocolate. He's basically using the formula that R. Kelly used to me, like starting out with the Earn Hall vibe and just trying to go your own route. But a lot of what he sings, a lot for real. That's what happened.
You're right. It just made me think of public announcement
I was upset.
at the same time, though. It made me think of Guy and public announcement when you said Aaron Hall and R. Kelly with public announcement.
I was upset. I was ready to find R. Kelly and fight him for real. Like, yo, we disrespecting Aaron Hall like that, son. Don't even do that, son. You got the cane and the bald head and the whole. Come on, son. Come on. I felt some kind of way.
However, back to the Trey Songz thing. I do like circles, and I do realize that like his harmonies in that joint when he says we're going in circles, it's just like circles in the background, right? And it's like, oh, that's definitely R. Kelly.
Oh, a lot of his up tempo and the slow joints. The whole formula of it is him. But I ain't gonna go too far off on the same.
No, I mean, it's all good. We just speaking, sidebar real quick, so to speak. Just about vocalists, the artistry pertaining to vocalism, so to speak.
Sidebar.
Basically, right?
Sidebar.
Yeah, no British accredited registry though.
right. I know you coming.
It's not a statutory.
You got a word for that. I know you got a word for that, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, but however, though, like, in all honesty, though, again, Brother Chi, like, just even thinking about the whole voiceover thing, though, and to you guys that are, curious about some voiceovering or some vocalism, some voice acting, you guys can go and subscribe to the Astrology Street, All Rights Reserved YouTube channel, where you can actually see where Moorish Americans are teaching astrology to you and your little ones, to ye and ye little ones. Right? Yeah. What do you do? What is Jag doing? What are you doing, Jag? What are you doing, bro?
Hey, bro. Listen, if I come to you for some other a situation for some notes, man. On some voiceovers, don't be surprised.
That's funny too, man, because what's very interesting about that, like everybody has a talent, like all the bros are talented. Jag plays the guitar, I don't know if I ever sent you any videos of Jag playing the
Jag
guitar.
sounds like a guitar player.
Jag actually, bro.
His name is Jag.
Yo, I promise you, when me and Jag first spoke, I think it was well, we had 4 or 5 years ago now, Jag. We're at 5 years ago, right?
Jag is the artist.
December make 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, December 25th.
Bro.
December that just passed. Yeah, so it's 5. Yeah.
Okay, so me and Jag are speaking, and like before he's like, 7 Hill Star, even though it was obviously in the manifestation. I look at his chart. Now, I don't share people's charts openly, so don't expect me to. However, I looked at his chart, and then I looked at Jimi Hendrix chart because of the energy that Jag carried when I looked at like his different pictures or when he's playing the guitar. And I was like, I looked at Jimi Hendrix chart and I said, bro, that's your spirit guide. Like once I saw what was going on in the chart, I said, you can't tell me that it's not. You see what I'm saying? Because of the energy that Jag was bringing, as well as how he was actually playing the guitar. And so I was like, yo, hold the fuck up, bro. Like you're really tied to Hendrix to the point where I even did a meme some years ago. And I had included Jag and Jimi Hendrix in it. And I was like, bro, this is really your spirit guide. Like it's hard for me to think that his energy isn't present when you're playing the guitar.
It is. Because we believe in energy. We deal in energy. And a lot of people, you got to be able to see some shit to believe it's there. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that most of us believe in that we can't see is air. We know it's there because it's blowing against your face, or it's cold, or it's hot. Other than that, it's like, the loss. It's like a loss. What you want to call it, art or whatever the case is of people studying and understanding energy.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely correct.
We come from a different, we come from a different cloth when it comes to those conversations. So the average person, it's gonna be over their head.
So that is absolutely correct. Big Green in the chat. Greetings.
They talk that spooky talk and shit. They talk that spooky talk and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they'll pray. But you'll pray though. What is prayer?
It's spell casting, so to speak, sort of kind of. It's an application, actually, a petition.
But their understanding. But think about what I'm saying as far as their understanding. And their understanding, what is prayer to them? They're praying to an energy with their energy. They might not see it like that, but that's what it is. They're focusing their energy, their heart, their sincereness, all of that to a certain energy. That's energy. That's all energy. Because it ain't like they putting their hands on something. They putting their hands together and they praying. So that's energy. How can you not believe in energy and you ever prayed or you ever you feel what I'm saying? It's like an oxymoron to me in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's all energy, bro.
Indeed. I'm just was about to share a screen real quick so people can, and I'm just being respectful when I do this, so you guys know our bro that's speaking with us right now. All right, let's go here. Bro,
emotional outbursts.
Fine.
Emotional outbursts. I just want to shout out the artists and the creators and the talented people on the line.
I'm a New York hotel.
Indeed, man.
Looking for someone who needs
Hold on, let me
in the
stop this advertisement real quick, right? Right? And guys, I want you guys to go on to the Rough Ends Vivo, right? And subscribe and support our brother Chi Bay, right? You guys are well familiar with Rough Ends. Some of you were conceived on Rough Ends Records, so make sure. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Like, come on, some of you guys in your freaking teens and 20s,
was doing some things,
even younger. What'd you say?
Was doing some things, huh?
Yeah. I'm just saying, man. Some of you guys, like us, Chi, like how we were conceived on, like, let's see, who would be some Ashford and Simpson type energy.
Like what I was saying, the woo 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 man. Can you woo woo woo?
Can you woo woo woo? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Who sings? Who should be mine? Oh, mine. Who sings that? Who is that?
Every time I do your face, mother.
Who is that, bro? We gotta find out.
That's
what
like
artist
Teddy
that is.
Pendergrass or somebody, man.
Oh, it is Teddy P. It is Teddy P.
Teddy P. They throwing drawers on the stage. They
Get out.
ain't throwing panties. They throwing drawers.
Interessante, man. Interessante. It's funny too, bro. As soon as you click on you guys Vivo, though, brother Chi, the first song that plays is Party Over Here. That's the first one.
Party over here.
That's interesting, man. That's amazing. And I gotta give it to my bro, man. Like I will say, like again, like when Chi's performing, you know how when you see Jag when he's performing, he either has his fez on or you see the fez right there in the background. You know what I mean? Like Moors aren't playing, guys. No matter what industry they're covering.
98% of the time, it's on my head.
Yeah. Actually, yes. And brother Chi, like if he doesn't have on his fez, he definitely has on his turban. Because I remember you guys were just when you guys were just across the pond, and I was like looking at the performances. I'm like, bro is in his turban. Like that was the best part of the performance for me, even though you guys did great. You know what I'm saying? Especially when, you know what I mean? Like you're beatboxing and the crowd singing along. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yo, they were singing the ad-libs.
yo, listen, I do it. I ain't gonna lie. I do it with like I ain't gonna say arrogance, but I do it with like, put it like this. First,
bro, you're a professional.
Put it like this. First of all, as an artist, when you hit the stage, the power to be able to separate who you are in your everyday life and when you hit the stage is a gift. Like Michael Jackson, like he could be the shyest person. Oh, Oprah, don't say that. And then when he hit the stage, when he hit the stage, he's like, and he grabbing his crotch and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Like,
indeed.
That's a gift, and I'm saying that in this context, like I go at it with an arrogance, so that my arrogance conquers any kind of doubt or fear. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm the same way when I rock my turban and when I'm, you know, as I'm starting to rock my fez. You feel what I'm saying? I'm coming with the arrogance like I'm here. It ain't to be questioned. It ain't to be disputed. It ain't. You feel what I'm saying? This is who I am. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like that mindset hitting the mainstream. That's going to be something to see because I'm seeing it more and more. But that's the kind of mentality I'm coming with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I even run into people that might be Moors or be like, hey, Islam Moor. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm looking at them like, why you ain't rocking the fans in your turban? You need to be out here letting the people know what it is. Like, we can't play around. We can't play around when it comes to that. You feel what I'm saying? That's like Dave Christian, and I respect that, and I always respected it. But he know how I feel. You feel what I'm saying? We had a lot of deep conversations. You know how I feel about using the term black people and powerful and black and posting it on the page and all of that. I'm like, bro, you gotta switch that shit up. You can't put something about black power on the Rough Ends page because you know what I'm saying? Because like that shit is hurting my heart.
It is love.
What the millennials say, what the Gen X say, that's cringe, bro. That's cringe.
Wow. Yeah. It makes you cringe, definitely.
I be cringing. Like, yo, you can't do that, yo.
But bro, I know it's kind of tough because you and David basically been doing this music thing since I was little. You see what I'm saying? To the point where I told you.
Yeah.
When my singing group, we were singing your songs. People were requesting them at weddings and stuff. Seriously, or any other talent show because we done did the Jeter shows. I know you done been through that. Like Mario and Marky, who they call Cisco, and everybody else has done these Jeter shows every 3 months.
All them Jeter shows, right?
Right. However, you have found your way as far as declaring and proclaiming your nationality, which is really setting the tone and the example, not just for you, your loved ones, David also being technically your loved one. It's like your brother, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's your brother. You see what I'm saying? However, other beings in the music industry that know you guys work, like when you guys went across the pond, I mean, you got to think, you're not just there, just you guys. Genuine's there. If I wasn't mistaken, the brothers from not Soul to Soul. What's the those other brothers, man? I know I was Tank on that tour with you guys.
Dead Presidents is on it. Dead Presidents and
Dead Prez. Well, of course. Well, if Dead Prez was on it, that's what they already know the deal. Technically, sort of.
Love Dead Prez, yo. Love them. Yeah. Love them.
You know what I mean? But it was a lot of R&B singers, bro. I want to say, was it Shy? The brothers from Shy?
Yeah, Shy. Yeah, Shy. I know Garfield and them. I know them. I know them personally now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they were there. Then I remember when you were in your turban, I think when you went live one time, you were sitting next to Monifa, and I think Karen White was performing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I've been watching.
Yo, listen, this is the thing. This is the thing about brothers really putting it out there. And I'm speaking to people that's going to see this and our brothers on the line. Mm-hmm. It's so relevant and it's so significant when we wear our feathers and our turbans at these events and around other people and other artists and all of that stuff, because people curious. People ask conversations. And when the conversation starts, that's the beginning. That could be the beginning of somebody finding themselves. That's how I look at it. That could be the beginning of somebody really tying into their birthrights. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was talking to the brother Chi, and he was talking about something about, I asked him about why he wear the thing. Was he Indian or something? You know, people be, you know, they be talking crazy. I ain't gonna really say crazy. They be talking just out of ignorance of not knowing. Like, what you like? Hindustan or something, or you what's that about? And I give them a little bit, because sometimes we overwhelm.
Give me 1 second. Sometimes we over just want to hold that. I want to actually while you talking, just boom, have that right there. Why you speaking, bro?
I'm saying just real quick, and I'm a yield. Like sometimes as Moors, I understand this because from the music world, it's the same way. Sometimes we are so into our world, we are more advanced than we think in our world. Like me, I'm still a baby in it, but I know enough to overwhelm a person real fast. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's one of the things when we're introducing people to what it really is that we got to be conscious of, like overwhelming them. Like sometimes you overwhelm a person with something, they'll turn away from it. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. So sometimes when we had these conversations, like with Karen White, like with Bowlegged Lou or Full Force, I just give them a little bit. And then they'll start hitting me up. Hey man, what was that what you was talking about? Hey, give me some literature I can read on that or something, whatever the case is. And I tell them what I know. And I direct them to RV Bay publication, stuff like that. I was on there for like 2 hours last night.
Islam. Shout out to Mother Raj, yeah.
Yeah, man. So like, so it's so important and relevant that we represent who we are in these spaces. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so important, bro. It's so important. It's because it starts the conversation that needs to be had.
Islam.
And it leads right back to that man right there. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it's about for me. You know what I mean? That at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I mean? Birthright. So
despite when you guys see, like he said, who you are in real life, Chi Bay, is different from what you guys have seen on stage when the brothers who he has to be. Like we was talking about Road Warrior and Legion of Doom with Mully last Wednesday. Like who those brothers are in their private life is different from Animal and Hawk. So just because we enjoyed Animal and Hawk in the ring, guys, don't be referring to Brother Chi Bay as his performance persona. That's only to assist in you guys' enjoyment when you're either listening to music for fun, for a party, or you're, sitting at a candlelight dinner situation with your loved one.
I'm at work. I'm at work. But I'm still, as much as I can, rock my turban on my fez and give them the business and let them know what it is.
Correct.
Let them know what it is.
Yeah, I don't want
You
people
know
getting
what I'm saying?
confused. It's always Chi Bay. Once the brother declared and proclaimed his nationality, that's how you're to refer to him as. So all that previously known stuff, don't be disrespectful.
You ain't
That's
gotta
with
do none
any
of that.
Moorish American.
Right. You ain't gotta do none of that.
Exactly.
Anytime you got Sam Smith doing the whole satanic ritual at the fucking Grammys, bro, I'm rocking my turban. I'm rocking my fez. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. And David went. I ain't go this year. I was gonna go, but I was taking care of a bunch of other personal family stuff. Man, that's crazy, bro.
I mean, what did David say about it then? Since you mentioned it, I wasn't going to mention it, but I already knew.
Man, listen. David is a preacher's son, so you already know.
He wasn't with the shit. He was pissed.
Man, yo, that shit was crazy, bro.
Wow.
People in the audience wearing devil horns and shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just real quick. Big Green says greetings again. Mother Ariel Witherspoon says okay, vocals with an exclamation point.
Vocals.
Faith is peace and love. Alexander, that's our beloved son in whom we're well pleased. J. Alexander Dix, Dr. Dix, right? He's an advocate and ambassador for the I guess they would say medical marijuana or whatever, but I'm pretty sure bro is more on things that are the least chemically advanced as possible, so to speak. But shout out to brother Alexander, our beloved son Alexander, respectfully saying, put in order, exalted Cyclops. Shout out to brother Corey Bay for sending us that military President Exalted Cyclops Corey Bay, right, sent us the military message, which is contemporarily called the State of the Union, right? That happened last night with Biden. I actually binged the whole hour and 42 minutes of it and just took kind of like copious notes in terms of just putting things in our Instagram chat. Like, bro, you see this shit, you hear what he just said. It really just sounded like a Lil Wayne album. Like, I'm going to say this line, and then I'm going to say this next line that's totally unrelated to what I'm actually rapping previously. Like, it really sounded like a Lil Wayne mixtape. However, but it's Joe Biden. Shout out to brother Corey Bay. Shout out to my beloved mother and our beloved mother in whom we're well pleased. I'll just say it. I won't say the title, but I will say what the account says. Mother Barbara Bay. You know who you are to us, and I'll just keep that in my heart. She says she's actually given her praises as far as what we've been speaking about, saying exactly yes. Oh, Islam, everyone. She says present. Yes. She said, where's Brother Sean?
Brother
Sean.
Brother Sean,
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Where you at, Brother Sean?
I'm right here.
Mother Barbara's asking about you, man. She's laughing also. So, guys, let's get this weather report started. I know you're going to stick around, man. You know, you're free to stick around.
I'm on deck.
All right. So, yeah. So, guys, I'd like to welcome you all that are seeing it now or will see it in the dimension to manifest called the future. Right. Welcome to our 7 Hill Star Astro calendar, right? March, Aries 2022 to February, Pisces 2023. All right. So time never was when man was not. And we're quoting El Hajj, Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, doing religious corporate activity via affidavit, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All righty, guys. So we're going to go to the month here, which is the moon cycle, the month that contains both the air sign Aquarius, the water bearer, anciently ruled by and still ruled by Saturn, however, contemporarily co-ruled by Uranus, and the water sign Pisces, the fish, anciently and still currently ruled by Jupiter and contemporarily co-ruled by Neptune. All righty, so guys, for this particular cycle, all right, you guys see that is the 8th February 2023 today. So you guys can go back to our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report to actually see, did we speak on the actions about yesterday and today for the 7th and the 8th? You guys can go back and check that video there. However, guys, we're here at the 9th, all righty, 10th and 11th. So we're going to do the 9th through the 15th. For the 9th, starting out is Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, with those 2 transits and that 1 lunar ingress. We have a moon void of course for about an hour, right? Pardon me, 2 hours and 6 minutes. So after that lunar Plutonian trine there, Libra will make its, it will be void of course after that exact aspect for 2 hours and 6 minutes. For Friday is our beloved brother, whom are well pleased, brother Braveheart L, with those 3 testimonies there for Holy Day, the 10th, all right? It's on the Friday. Friday is our holy day, because it's the day that man formed into flesh and the day that man parted out of flesh, all righty? And it's dealing with, alchemically speaking, it's dealing with the alchemical metal copper pertaining to Venus, all righty? So Venus Day is our holy day, all right? And for Saturday, all righty, we have our beloved brother with the sauce, brother Terrell Tamari Bay, with actually 2 ingresses, actually. Mercury ingressing Aquarius, as well as Luna ingressing Scorpio, and those 3 testimonies there. Moon void of course there for about 1 hour and 53 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, 1 hour and 53-minute void of course after that lunar Plutonian square. So look, so far we have 2 moon void of course moons after making an aspect to Pluto. Pay attention to that, all righty? And for the 12th, of course, with that heavy list of 1 aspect, is still brother Terrell Tamari Bay for Sunday while the moon still transits Scorpio. For the 13th, it is brother Sean Alim L for the 3rd quarter moon happening as the moon finishes up its transit in Scorpio. All righty. And then going void of course for about 1 hour and 39 minutes. All righty. It's making, look at that. Do you see that the last aspect is to Pluto again before being void of course? So a trine to Pluto, then void of course. A square to Pluto, then void of course. And now a sextile to Pluto and then void of course. I think the moon and Pluto are trying to tell us something here, guys. And we're about to get into it as we give our diverse testimonies, which equal up to a situation. not a situation, but a karmic situation, right? Because we don't deal with temptations and sympathies, right?
Yeah, we ain't use that in a minute, you know?
What'd you say?
I said we ain't right. We ain't want to like the whole sip.
It's because you don't want to be simping out here at the fuck hall, right? So with that being said, yes, brother Sean has that list right there, 5 testimonies and a lunar ingress into Sagittarius, alrighty, after that 3rd quarter moon taking place at 1 minute after 1100 hours. And again, it's a 1 hour and 39-minute void of course. And you guys already know, moon void of course is buyer's remorse. So make no major transactions unless you actually know your chart placements there. If you don't, guys, already go to 7hillstar.com. Make sure you get your Mirror AstroLiteracy session done by brother Terrell Tamari Bay, brother Corey Bay, or brother Sean Alim L. And you can get your mental magician report from brother Sean Alim L. Also, you go to 7hillstar.com and sign up for our email list. You'll actually also know the other things that we offer there, right? We're going to be posting some other things too. Also, especially because you guys know we do the relationships stuff too. I remember when brother Chi was going to do the Halloween block party across the pond on that brief R&B tour there across the pond, and I had did a post. I was like, bro, it's like this goes together. You know, this R&B music and this astrology goes hand in hand. You know, because you go to see if you and your loved one are compatible with what's called Synastry. Synastry, Synastry, all righty. And it's funny too, Chi, just very briefly before I go into the 14th and 15th, that you brought up Tank writing most of most of Jamie Foxx's songs. I just noticed, right, because I told you, sometimes my baby will play songs while I'm cleaning up. And that song, it's time to get nasty, right? I'm not promoting that song as much as I'm like, is that Little Duval sounding like Will Downing? And he's actually really good. Little Duval can actually sing. So I was impressed, which made me my best line. Because at first I just thought, I'm like, Tank has no subtext. It's just like you just want to how some people will say something without saying it. Tank just straight up, when we fuck. It's like, whoa, bro.
Yeah, you got to be straight up. I mean, some people respect that more than beating around the bush.
I get it. I'm not knocking it. Let me tell you what I recognize though. Tank is into comedy more than I thought, because I saw a few videos of Tank, and he actually has a few comedians associated with it. Even when I saw the little Duval thing, I said, okay, I see this now. There's this merger, and it's always kind of been there. You know, the vocalist or musical artist and the comedians always been there, but I'm sensing a much closer merger, so to speak, with comedy and R&B.
Yeah, they've always been my favorite people in the industry. I've been saying that for 20 years now.
Islam. Shout out to Lil Duval. I was impressed. You know what I mean?
It's refreshing. It's refreshing when you be around a business and you're used to people BSing a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A comedian on stage and off stage, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be what we call, quote unquote, a real person. Like they're gonna talk to you real. They're gonna tell you what it really is. They're gonna tell you what's really going on. You know, you gonna love them. I ain't even gonna lie.
Islam.
Tommy Davidson called me every year. Every year on my birthday. Yep, on my birthday anniversary.
Oh, that's love.
He's one of my favorite people on the planet.
Well, man, shout out to Tommy Davidson for keeping it real and hollering at you on your solar returns, man. Seriously. Man,
real brother.
Indeed. Well, hey, it is what it is, man. I appreciate those type of love reports. Seriously. Those are good to know that people, like you said, separate who they really are from how they're perceived in the spotlight. So that's really major.
That's everything.
And just say too, shout out to Mother Delilah Pascal, because the 13th is her solar return, right? And the 14th is
happy anniversary.
Indeed, and the 14th is Brother Taj Tariq Bey's solar return. So you guys can go to when you go and see what is the webisode for now. It's the Aquarius webisode, where Brother Taj Tariq Bey and Mother Delilah Pascal are in the Astrology Street webisode for Aquarius. So the 13th, Brother Sean is giving testimony there for those 5 testimonies, and that one lunar ingress in the Sagittarius after an hour and 39 minutes before the course moon. That day is Mother Delilah Pascal solar return. So you guys give your love to Mother Delilah Pascal. And then on the 14th, right, I have the 14th with those 3 testimonies for Brother Taj Tariq Bey solar return there. And some of you guys may know it fiscally known as Valentine's Day for dealing with St. Valentine. Do your research on that, guys. You will not be disappointed in really seeing what it is. It's kind of, to me, it's just like, you know, someone just not being really kind, and they've turned some unkindness into something that's supposed to be lovingly kind and stuff like that. But it's like, that's not what it really is when you're talking Valentine. However, it is what it is, guys, with those 3 testimonies for myself as the Luna continue to transit Sagittarius. All right. I think you guys should really do your research on Valentine.
Did we go in on that last sun cycle? Then we
I think we did.
Something like that. I might have to search that up. Yeah.
I mean, you can if you like to, bro. Because I got Thursday to go in on, and then we can bring up some stuff if you want to bring it up.
A lot of scrolling.
The research is crazy on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Valentine is not what you guys think it is.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's not what you think it is. Yeah, you guys should
do what I was taught to do anyway.
Yeah, it's a fiscal holiday. So in other words, it's about being a Federal Reserve agent and being able to make advances to the Federal Reserve Bank under the guise of being loving. But that heart shape just kind of looks like a woman bent over. That's how it looks to me, honestly. Every time I see a heart, I don't think like the chest. I really think about where you go to practice making babies. Anyway, so with that being said, it's just what it looks like. It looks like a woman bent over from behind. I'm just gonna keep it honest with you. And then he got a nerve to put an arrow through it. Anyway, for the 15th, right? Closing this out on Wednesday. For the 15th is our beloved brother in whom we're well pleased. Brother Terrell Mari Bey will be given the sauce for those 5 testimonies there for the 15th. And then he has a moon for the course for 3 hours and 53 minutes. And then Luna will ingress. As you guys can see, just 1 minute before 0000 hour. All right, approximately just 1 minute before 0000 hour. The moon will ingress Capricorn. All right. So with that being said, guys, let's get started. Let me stop the screen share here. Right. And what we actually have going on, Regina Willis. Okay, they had a message redacted. Okay, that's cool.
Talking about Willis.
Mother Barbara says, is he a singer? It's funny. Brother Chi is a singer, Mother Barbara. Do you remember the song? Two songs. Someone to Love You and No More. And Chi is the one in the video, Someone to Love You. He's standing next to the piano while David's playing the piano. And I hope I got the lyric correct, Chi. I picture that I can read your mind, right? That's how that song starts off, right? And then No More. Everybody knows No More. You can't have a party without playing No More Shopping Sprees. It's impossible. That's impossible. That's like at a party and you don't play the electric slide at least one time. That's not a good DJ. It's
or Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Huh?
Or Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Oh yeah. Before I let you go. Yes, exactly. Like how you gotta play No More, and who doesn't remember Someone to Love You, because Someone to Love You is actually a highly requested song at wedding receptions. Get familiar. However, no, but Mother Barbara, she really is into Mother Barbara really loves is it Ari Lennox? Did I say that right, Mother Barbara? Is that her name? The sister that kind of sounds like Erykah Badu?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, Mother Barbara put me on to her, and I listened to her song. Her songs are actually, it's funny because she has like some comedic stuff in her stuff also, guys. You know what I'm saying? So guys, what's Seven Hill Star? Seven Hill Star, like when I first, when it was first dropped on my mind, Seven Hill Star, and then sharing it with my brothers. Seven Hill Star is what it is because we heal stars. And shout out to the many other, because I'm not a name dropper. I keep a lot of things to myself, unless it's brought up in conversation like we're doing now. But shout out to all of those beings that are in some way, shape, or form connected to that industry, that have declared and proclaimed your nationality or have come to us for astrology. Because we're not just healing the stars that are there as far as the industry, you there at home, you here in this chat, you guys are stars also. Everyone has a natal chart, and you're made up of that snapshot pertaining to the sky, where the stars and planets were at the moment that you exited your mother's stargate, when you came forth from her womb. So all of us are star seeds and stars in our own right. However, I do commend all of you that have declared and proclaimed your nationality, especially those that have been in those industries, whether it's singing, acting, behind the scenes production, right? Like Brother Sean, we do a lot of, like, Brother Sean produces music as far as making instrumentals. We all know that I have done many different things too. Brother Corey and Brother Ara are phenomenal writers. And they write their songs that they do as far as, their vocal performances. As well as I do. And it's just interesting that this is a very talented bunch. Shout out to Mother Cynthia Biggs L, who wrote If Only You Knew by Patti LaBelle. I remember when I met her, and that's not a name drop. She actually came to House of Reawakening Minds a few times, and she'll sit there in class, take notes and everything, and stays in her green fez. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mother Cynthia Biggs L. I don't know, Chi, have you ever met Mother Cynthia?
I was thinking about it as soon as you said it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she wrote If Only You Knew.
Yeah, shout out to the people that paved the way, man.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, and she's really down to earth too, bro. She's really down to earth. Yeah, Mother Cynthia Biggs L.
I got emotional outbursts real quick.
Go right ahead.
While I got the mic. Who gonna light some fireworks with me for the spring solstice?
Really? Spring solstice, you're doing fireworks for spring? That's actually pretty cool.
I'm saying, when is the new year?
It's really a vernal equinox, right? But the summer solstice, the vernal equinox, I think, matter of fact, let's
you need to do a Zoom about that. You need to do a Zoom. When is the real new year?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's so funny. About that? The vernal equinox here in the north hemisphere, when we're having a vernal equinox, the southern hemisphere is having the autumnal equinox, right? So it would be a new year for the time of looking at it no longer being winter, right, in the northern hemisphere. However, they're going into their autumn in the southern hemisphere, so to speak, right? So the new year will really depend upon where it is you're looking, because even in September, there's another new year. Some will call it Yom Kippur, right? According to those that wear yarmulkes, those falsely termed Jews that are actually in truth Ashkenazis or Khazarians. So what's happening there, though, when the sun is in Libra, right? What's happening in the northern hemisphere when the sun is in Libra, what's happening is the reason they're calling it a new year then because of the stars that can be seen in Aries. Whereas when the sun is in Aries, it's solar night. The reason why it's solar night is because the sun is there and you can't see the stars. So it's solar night. It's then stellar day in Aries when the sun is in Libra, because now you can see the stars. So wherever the sun is, it's night for the stars. You can't see the stars wherever the sun is. However, usually a good 90 degrees or more from the sun, you will actually be able to see you will actually be able to see certain stars and other celestial bodies due to the fact that they're reflecting the light from our perspective here on Earth. So yeah, man, fireworks for the vernal equinox, for the spring equinox. Oh yeah, bro, gonna be
20th.
amazing. Yeah, because usually there's fireworks for the summer solstice, right?
But it's more the new year than it is now. Like this, it's cold. Man, it's cold as crap outside. You go spring.
Yeah.
Man
Absolutely.
says one thing, nature is saying something else. That's what I'm going off of. Like
Yeah.
you can't. That's just like people trying to manhandle words, like, and just forget about etymology. You can't forget about etymology, and you trying to say that this is that. And no, no, that is that. No, brother, that is not it. Like, this is not the new year. It's cold. I put plastic on the windows. It's not.
Yeah, when we went in on the fiscal new year, it's dealing with Janus, Janus, Janus worship, and it's like a two-headed god.
Two-headed god. Yep. I did the research on it.
Yeah. So we went in on that, I think, on an Intuition Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm glad you did. That's what's up.
And so, you know, people are doing Janus worship, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
making resolutions.
What we do. What'd you say, bro?
Resolutions. They don't understand when they make the resolution that is praising them. Because that's what he was. That's why he had two heads, one towards the past and one towards the future. So it's like you making a resolution, not knowing that people not knowing what they doing. I don't know.
Very two-faced, so to speak, that Janus bifrontis. I think that's what he called it. Janus bifrontus, right? Which bifrontus is just saying two faces or two fronts, right? Which you can find beauty in these things because, you know, a lot of our stories from times past have been remixed for social engineering purposes and fiscal purposes, that once we study like we do astrology and civics, we can clearly speak on all perspectives pertaining to it. However, give the foundational truth to it. Because most of what people believe in is really based in astromasonics. It's all dealing with astro. And why I say astromasonics, because geomasonics is working with the actual stones on the earth, whereas astromasonics is dealing with those stones in the celestial hemisphere and being able to read them accordingly. So a lot of your stories in your holy books, which are law books, also your Bibles, your Korans, your Pentateuch, your Apocryphas, your Torahs, those are all based on celestial movements and celestial observation. Right? So it's interesting when we do look at what they would consider a new year for the fiscal happenings, for finances and things of that nature, dealing with Janus Bifrontus or Janus Bifrontus. You got to think there is a people who have allowed their mindsets to be set on that particular perspective. They've allowed their mindset to subscribe, so to speak, to looking at their life or their world or their year, beginning with a looking back and looking forward type energy, which says stagnation to me. And that's what winter time is. It's very dormant and stagnant. That's when the seed or the roots underground are dormant. And then once the waters flow again, once the heat is turned up more from the earth due to the rays of the sun based on the rotation on the axis, the revolution pertaining to the sun, and then the wobble, as it's called, as far as the axis. What's happening is now we're getting more direct sunlight, so to speak. And now there's this regeneration from root and seed for us to be able to now pick fruit after flower, right? So Brother Chief, you bring up a very valid point that, yeah, for us in the Northern Hemisphere, it would be more likely for the new year to be when the sun makes its passing over from one side of the equator and then passing over to the other side of the equator while on its own ecliptic path. And where the sun's path, the ecliptic, and the equator actually intersect, that's known as your vernal equinox point in the quote unquote east, right? And then the one in the west, where those two churches, circles, right? Because church and circle is the same, where the equator and the sun's path also intersect, that would be called your 0 point Libra. So the astrology that we're about to go on is Earth-based astrology because it's dealing with the sun's path in aspect to the Earth's equator. So it has nothing to do with what's actually in the sky other than looking at, hey, when we see these celestial bodies in the sky, which section of the Earth is it in? Is it in the Aries section? And those 30 degrees of Aries is from where the equator and the sun's path intersect. And then 30 degrees later, that's Aries. And then from then on, you get your Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and continuously, right? So that's just one perspective of the Earth-based astrology. However, you can start looking at other systems, as they call them. However, it's all the same sky. We're all observing the same sky, just from different perspectives where we are on the Earth, right? Question. And which now gives us different dimensional aspects, right? Different time zones, as they're called. But time is an illusion. Time never was when man was not. So if man is, then of course time is existing there, because that's like the whole Western philosophy. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? And it's like, who's there to observe it?
Who's there to hear? Right.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. So that's why, my favorite question, and my bros know, is according to who's thinking. However, Thursday, right? Sunrise right here, right? 9th February 2023 at 0700 hours and 10 minutes, guys, right here. Matter of fact, let me make sure I give the remote control to my bro, brother Terrell Tamari Bay. Boom, bro. There you go. I gave you the remote control, bro. All right. So this is happening at 0700 hours, 10 minutes, and 4 seconds. And thank you all for being very patient with us and getting into this. You got to give a shout to our brother Chi Bay for coming in, guys. And at times we need to kind of have these impromptus, and that's kind of what we do all the time, actually. But guys, we're all still students and we're all still learning, and that's what I really enjoy about all of my bros. We're not squeamish or try to hide when we're seeking to expand our knowledge, because Moors are men upright and fearless. All right. And this is setting example, like she said, like my bros do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. We're doing this out loud. We're building this thing while we're flying it, and out loud. We're not hiding it. We're not covering it up. We're not, organizing a corporation near the Florida State Republic somewhere. Okay, I'll stop. But We're not doing that. For those that know what I'm speaking on there, I'm just being honest, not knocking you, bro. You know what I mean? And your corporation. However, it's just like that's selling Moors back into slavery. But we'll go into that if you guys really analyze what I just said there. So anyway, 0700 hours, 10 minutes, and 4 seconds, right? For the 9th February 2023, the sun is rising at about 20 degrees, 28 minutes, being in it's a solar ascendant conjunction, which we term sunrise, right? And this is just actually 1 degree, 32 minutes from when the sun will ingress the astrological area, right? Saturn's been there transiting the astrological area for quite some time. Venus has already been finished up her transits in Aquarius because she's 16 degrees, 38 minutes into our exaltation sign, right? So, however, about 20 degrees Aquarius is roughly close coming off of the back. However, it's also the cusp pertaining to the 26th lunar mansion. And it's a degree pertaining to faith, right? 20 degrees. All right. And we're coming up also on, a star, right? Nashira, which is the Gamma Capricornii, right? Gamma Capricorni, right? Gamma, if I'm not mistaken, is the third magnitude, right? Gamma is the third letter in the Greek alphabet. Capricorni is saying Latin for Capricornus, right? So it's the third magnitude star in Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can, check me on that. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But the third magnitude star is called Nashira, has the nature of Saturn and Jupiter, danger from beasts, conflict with evil, but ultimate success. So the sun is kind of conjunct that area a little bit. I think Nashira now would actually be at about 22 degrees 1 minute in Aquarius. So Nashira is actually in the astrological area. So guys, we're going to be straight up and honest with you. We're not looking to, have danger from beasts and conflicts with evil. However, at the same time, we do conflict with evil because we're doing the good work, actually, and being very astrological with what we're doing and being AstroCivic, which is the ultimate success. So this sunrise, as you can see, the sun is ruling the 7th house, though, however, because it is the ruler pertaining to Leo. And so what we can see in how we're relating things today, guys, we can do things where we can really keep the faith and making sure that we're being very inspirational for one, however, innovative in how we really allow the essential values and how we institute ourselves come to the forefront. All righty. And with that, I yield the floor. I think my next testimony, actually, I don't have it. Let me bring it up behind me. Let me bring the calendar up on the projector behind me, actually. So in 2 seconds. Let's see. Where are you, calendar? Where you be? Okay, there's the calendar right there. All right, so I can actually see at the same damn time, right? And thank my brother Jack for doing that for me. And once I'm done this, guys, you already know, I'll do these testimonies. We're gonna go and do our thumbnail description. So my next one is, looky. That's right, that lunar Plutonian trine there, right? So Luna's there at 28 degrees. I think we're at the 27th of January, though, bro. It's all good. Yeah, I know it's happening prior to sunrise. However, we have a lunar Plutonian trine there, happening at approximately 100 hours, right, in 40 minutes. All righty, so just off the break. Hey, Buffy. I know, Buffy. Sit down. Where the lunar is home energy. I know, right? He's like, I'm ready to go outside. Give me a second, Buffy. So you got home, harmony, and inheritance. So when you're thinking home, harmony, inheritance, or a harmony between home and inheritance, really what it's really saying is, guys, it's a time to really honor your ancient foremothers and forefathers and really bring it to the forefront. We have Luna there at 28 degrees Virgo, 56 minutes. And we know that 28 degrees, 56 minutes in Capricorn, you have Pluto in the 2nd house. Luna's in the 10th. So these being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses apart, when it comes to children, guys, make sure you're being very nurturing and how you be very transformative in the message that you bring to them and make sure the message is valuable. Pluto being there conjunct with Mercury, right? So we're making sure that we're valuing the message and how we're going to really assist and help grow, our little ones' mindset so that they can be able to inherit something that is actually beneficial for them. instead of something that will actually have them be non-beneficial, right? Be detracting from what it is that they can do and growing. So I will ultimately say, make sure you're also bringing to the forefront. It's interesting too that Pluto is at 28 degrees, because even though it's on its way to 29, 28 degrees is actually Mars's, which would actually co-rules with when it comes to Scorpio. Pluto is Mars's assistant. However, 28 degrees is Mars's exaltation degree in Capricorn. Mars is exalted in Capricorn at 28 degrees. So even looking at that perspective, however, Jupiter ruling over Pluto's placement while Mercury is ruling over the moon's placement. When we're looking at Mercury and Jupiter, one thing about Mercury is they're in the second house under Jupiter's dispositorship. So Jupiter's final dispositor here. So make sure when you guys are at home, you're really instituting the values necessary and making sure you're really nurturing the communication that will assist the youth to really transform positively. And with that, I yield the floor. The next aspect after this 1 hour and 53, pardon me, this 2 hour and 6 minute void of course. So for those 2 hours, all right, between 1:40 and 3:46, if you just happen to be up and you're on your phone and you want to order some things, let that just sit in the cart. Don't transact just yet. Like I said, unless you know how the moon void of course is actually affecting you directly. Guys, make no major transactions during a moon void of course, for it is buyer's remorse. At 3:46, 0300 hours and 46 minutes thereafter, to be exactly 0300 hours, 46 minutes and 21 seconds, that you guys can see here in the top right-hand corner. On the 9th February 2023, we have Luna actually here ingressing in the 9th house. Looky, Astro Cookie, just being in reflection to its joy while in the sun's joy. We will say that here we're really looking in a way to really be at home and relate some higher learning. So those of you that are doing homeschooling, this would be a really great time to really organize and get things balanced for yourself so that you can be able to really bring forth that which is necessary in relating to your little ones. You may find any opportunity to actually show your little ones something that they can effectively learn and turn that into a lesson session. Right. So make homeschooling very balanced and fun, and make sure also at the same time when you're doing so, right? When you're doing so, make sure that you're really finding a way to really relate. And maybe also you'll be able to kind of nurture the concept in contracts, right? It's funny because the word contract is the opposite pertaining to expansion, right? Mercury ruling over this, however. And Mercury, if I'm looking at it, still being under the expansion planet's rule, because the expansion planet Jupiter is ruling the ascendant here. So how are things going to manifest, right, when it comes to higher learning? Well, it must be in a way that the communication, again, is very balanced. Make sure you allow the little one that you're teaching to actually share their ideas too, so they don't feel shut out, as if they do not have something valuable to give also. Because as much as the children like to learn from you, they would like to teach you something also. However, find a way to be very balanced. Even if you see they're not completely accurate, still be very encouraging and showing them how they can actually correct the mistake that they made without hurting their self-esteem. And with that, I yield the floor. My last testimony here, while Luna is transiting Libra here, happening at about 1900 hours and 2 minutes, we have, it's funny, just talking about Jupiter, we have a lunar Jupiterian reflection here. All righty, so with this lunar Jupiterian reflection, it's going to be very impressive to see, actually. Luna is actually here in the second house, right? 7 degrees Libra, 49 minutes, and Jupiter's there at 7 degrees Aries, 49 minutes, right? In the 8th house, right? If we're not mistaken, right? So Jupiter's in the 8th, right? So we're really finding a way to expand some higher learning in ways that we're having like a joint accounting, so to speak. So that's why I said make sure with what you're doing at home, right? And bringing those values in a very balanced fashion. that you're really able to do some wounded healing, right? When it comes to the status of those that you relate to, right? Because the 8th house is the second house to the 7th. So it's therefore it's the values to the relationship. So really make sure that the standing and status in one's mind, not only yours, but your loved ones, is actually assisted in a perpetual fashion. That trust is continuously and perpetually built by way of being able to share information and correcting that information also. So this could also be, a way for teachers of any kind to be able to relate to women or just people in general by actually seeing what it is that they value and then putting those values on scale and balancing it with your values. And maybe you too, the teacher will learn just as much as the people are learning from you by you allowing yourself to take their wounds and then heal them by really just improving your standing and your perspectives and how you see the people relating to it. Mars in the 10th in Gemini is ruling over Jupiter. All righty, while Venus in the 7th with the accidental dignity in the 7th and being in this exaltation sign is there in the 7th ruling over the 2nd. So what you can actually see here, and it's very interesting too, because technically Venus being faster than Mars is coming off of a square with Mars. So it's a separating square that is happening. It's about 5 degrees less. So it's about a good 85 there. So it's closing in on being in the 9th harmonic to one another. So this is where, those that are seeking to better the relationship, not only with their children, however, the mothers and sons that are together being the heads pertaining to those children, right? The mother and the father over that child and or children. You guys can really find a means here to really put on high an active means to communicate the standing that is necessary, right? To better process the relationship and really bring the values out to isolate the wisdom necessary to be able to make sure that the joint account energy in helping to raise the child and or children are really reflective of a balanced home, therefore perpetually expanding the ideals for all to grow from. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor to our beloved brother at whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Islam, broski. All right, moving on to the holy day, Friday, Venus Day, whatever you like to call it, right? We have the sun conjunct the ascendant, soul's at 21 degrees, which, so that's at a Sagittarian degree, so a very fiery, also very airy sunrise for today. I think we just got, let's see, 3 aspects for today. So I would say continue to get into your Qurans and just whatever quote unquote holy text, as they would say, but find means to kind of look deeper than what is just on the page. Right, let those words and phrases and parables connect to your higher self, right? And we'll get into the first aspect of the degree. We have a lunar Martian trine occurring before sunrise, so and one could wake up feeling extra motivated to get some things out. So let's see, we got Luna's in Libra, Mars in Gemini. All right, so we got Luna in the 9th, and we've got Mars in the 5th. So yeah, once again, as I was saying, when it comes to like the studying the Qurans and holy scriptures or whatever fashion, there's a drive to actually move forward. This is moving forward energy. Right, I think a lot of things will start to become more clear, which with clarity brings constant forward motion. So if one's been feeling like inconsistent or just not really understanding it enough, this aspect will assist. We've got Capricorn on the rise, so Saturn, where you at, homie? In the second. All right, so yeah, this is able to get creative. Mars and Gemini in the fifth. This is once again looking from the two dual nature sides of things, and with Saturn being the ascendant ruler, it's still in the astrological area. I think there's going to be a lot of more folks starting to pay attention to the stars, right? So, especially probably like the next, just from here on, folks will start to see a correlation between astronomy and their favorite personified stories of beings, and be able to start connecting between the two. With that, yeah, keep it short. I will yield. Next up, we have the Mercury-Pluto conjunction. Shout out to my Mercury Hermano.
Sauce.
So now we're moving into, let's see, 28. That's land and farming, if I'm correct. 28 degrees Capricorn. Land and farming. So
28 on the Capricorn. It is
that
exaltation of Mars.
Mars.
Right?
Is 27 a land and farming?
27, 26 is land and farming, 27 is hair, 28 is exaltation of Mars, and 29 is the degree of collecting, right? The collecting degree. But you're close, bro. It's still conjunct. It still works. So yes, land and farming is still pertinent. You're still spot on. I yield.
Let me turn this up right here. All right, so there we go. Here. All right, so I got the Mercury in the 9th house. Yeah, y'all getting this higher learning today. Well, you gonna learn today. Y'all gonna get this higher truth today. Whether you want it, whether you don't, you're getting it. And yeah, 9th house, Pluto and Mercury, and now it's at the exaltation of Mars. So it's at the exaltation of Mars and the lunar degree. So yeah, I'm getting that beings are going to be very talkative, right? Because they're like, hey, I'm learning all this new stuff. And for those who like to reject truth, or it could scare them, they're not going to want to hear it. But the energy is going to be so strong to really lay that groundwork, that foundation, and just speak the truth. Prophet Nubu'l said, to take this to the highways and to tell everyone about this. So, yes, be expressive. And Mercury's ruling ascendant too from the 9th. So, yeah, there's no getting away from the truth. And a lot of things are going to start to come out. It's just if you pay attention, and start caring more, especially with they being at 28 degrees. Like I said, it's a Cancerian degree. So really wanting to be nurtureful and caring, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones and for the children. And even caring for other beings' children, because we're all here to help and assist each other. Mars is right there on the ascendant. So, yeah, it's, I don't want to say it's like that, what goes around comes around, but yeah, okay, yeah, this is full circle energy. This is a full circle things coming back energy. So that one will be just having these revelations of things they learn from the growth they've got. And just, once again, an opportunity to expand, to put to end cycles that wasn't working, that weren't in alignment, and be able to just have that serious, hard truth talk with yourself. And instead of wanting to control others, be in control of yourself and get in the wave and tune with yourself. And yeah, with that, I'll yield and we'll get on to, I think this might be the final one for the day. We have a sun-moon. Sun-moon trine, right? We have a luminary trine. So we know moon's in Libra, Sol is in Aquarius. All right, look at that. It's a moonrise. All right, so moon is on the 12th right there, conjunct the ascendant. Sol is in the 4th house. And these are occurring at 22 degrees. So once again, a Saturnian degree. All right.
Mhm.
So as Brother Jack says, rhythmically fixing your actions from within. All right. Solar and lunar trine. So we'll be able to, like I said, this is like happy times, right? Good times, if you even want to go watch that show that day. If you just want to sing the song.
Hanging in a child line.
Good times. Good times. Hold up. Ain't we lucky we got them? Good times.
Yo, that is the complete opposite of the Jeffersons, bro.
For real.
Good times is completely the opposite.
Moving on up. We're moving on up.
Yeah, because good times is like, dude, we got some of that government cheese in the refrigerator, mama. Whereas like the Jefferson is like, this guy owns his own dry cleaners and is,
he owned a few of them.
Got a deluxe apartment in the sky. Ha ha ha. Let me stop. Yes, exactly. Exactly, right? Like when we spoke about that last Wednesday on Mully's presentation, right? How Martin is literally the Jeffersons, just the 90s version. Instead of a dry cleaners, he's a radio personality. You know what I mean? Like seriously. Pam and Flo is the same character. Wheezy and Gina is the same character. Tommy and the elevator guy is the same character, right?
Same template, right?
Yeah, that's really what it is, man. And then come to find out, the elevator guy and the neighbor that I think it was another neighbor, if I'm not mistaken. I cannot think of the other lady's name, but it was her. I think she had like the Albion husband, if I'm not mistaken, on that show, but that's like Lenny Kravitz's mother and father, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, you talking about the neighbor?
Yeah, like that's his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the elevator guy.
Was it? No, I don't think it was.
Whichever one is Kravitz. Which one?
What's his name?
That played alongside with
forgot the elevator guy name. You talking about the guy that was balding on top?
Yeah. Hey, if I'm wrong, if I'm loud and wrong, that's fine. You guys can correct me, right? Man, I'll check the chat in a minute. I'm still posting to Facebook right now. But yeah, that's why I said that's both of Lenny Kravitz. That's Lenny Kravitz's mom and dad on the Jeffersons, if I'm not mistaken.
I tell you one thing. The song for both of those shows was off the chain. They had some heavy hitters on them anthems to them, both of them.
Oh yeah,
moving on up. The vocals was crazy on both of them songs for Good Times and the Jeffersons.
Very, very, very gospel. The vocals were
heavy hitters.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yep, they were heavy hitters.
Yeah,
somebody's auntie.
Sound like Albertina Walker wrote it. Yeah. Like, is that Albertina Walker? Please be patient with me. God is not through with me yet. Let me stop, man. I'm just saying that's how it sounded. Sounded like Albertina Walker. But anyway, I yield.
Let's see. So lunar 4th and 12. Yeah, this is Sun and Aquarius in the 4th, right? And we got Mercury and Pluto in the 4th as well. There's a lot of endings changing, right? Possibly a lot of boxing, a lot of boxing up stuff, moving. Maybe one dome is here. Or even maybe having like a cookover, right? So just like we were singing Good Times. I could see somebody waiting on the food, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Waiting for that delicious meal to be prepped and finished. But also this could just be uplifting one's own self-temple. Luna in the 12th, and that Libran energy. So yeah, I also see like this is like finishing up projects, right? A lot of area energy. So just getting creative within one's own mental. Where's Venus? Venus in the 5th ruling chart. Yeah, this is like finishing up projects, or even starting, just maybe having some newfound inspiration. I just got the flash of like someone creating like a painting and just got like a new insight and just throws it all away, right? And it's like, all right, how I was doing this is no longer needed now. Now it's like I can begin this in a whole new sense of fashion. So Saturn's final dispositor for both. Man, yeah. Yeah, get your astrology, man. We're gonna keep on telling you. We ain't trying to sell you nothing. We're trying to assist you, man. Like we always say, we give out the life rafts and they reject it because it ain't Gucci. Oh man, that everything Gucci. But yeah, get your astrology so that yeah, one can start to kind of see what it is, but possibly could be fearful of one's own chart and things, because that's come with the whole responsibility, accountability type thing. But either or, you've been warned, you've been told. So finally, let's see.
That's a packed fourth house, bro. Goodness gracious. Pluto, Mercury, Sun, part of Fortune, and Saturn are all in the fourth, man, to the point because of that interception, that Leo Aquarian interception there, right? It's like, wow. And yes, you're correct. Yeah, Saturn is final dispositor there. So go ahead, bro. You got it. That's fine.
All right, yeah. So just get into it, man. Find the structure. This is possibly like even reviewing the foundation, right? It's like graduating and now you're into something else and you're just relaying now a new foundation and work, right? And with that, I'm gonna yield and let brother Jack do his thing, man.
With the sauce.
With the sauce.
Horrible.
Brother Jack, can you go in for Woods? Can you get a people some 6 house sauce for Woods and Brother Jack?
I'm silly, bro. Islam.
Islam, bro.
So looking at the 11th of February, right? 2023 will be Christian calendar year. 1443 will be Moor's calendar year in about a month or so. So sun's at 22 degrees, 29 minutes in Aquarius. Really just keep that energy going. What Brother Sean was saying. There was something that you said, bro, too. I was trying to find it. You said something about like acquiring knowledge, and I was trying to find it. It's something similar to that in the Circle 7, but I'll find it later. But just really keep that discipline going. Just really like work, physically, mentally. Just really work their mind and keep your body going. Some sort of just keep the body moving and keep the mind stimulated. You know what I mean? Just really practice whatever you do. I don't know if you're if it's astrology, start from the basics. First 5 and 9, 2, 6, 10. Find that connectivity with the basics, so to speak. Whatever it is, though, it can be bowling. I don't know, whatever. But practice whatever it is that you're into, and just keep going at it. All right, so we're going to look at Mercury ingressing Aquarius, and this is really just that connection to the to divinity, and Brother Sean says stand into your Circle 7. It's like, yeah. And if you haven't read that book, if you don't have that text, that holy text, this would be a great time to invest in that. You know what I mean? All right, so Mercury's in the 12th, right? 0 degrees in Aquarius. So, this is Aquarius is the inventor, right? And the one who brings things from the depths of the, of the grave, so to speak, right? So something like that. So Mercury being in the 12th, those hidden secrets of life, so to speak, or whatever, how it may seem, are basically coming to the forefront. And like I said, this is the moment to connect to the divine and really recognize the unity of life, or the lack thereof, pretty much, But really, it's Mercury in the 12th, so it's like it's if we're talking just about our, individually and collectively, it's a sense of like reanalyzing one's thought process, so to speak, or how one may react to certain things that may be communicated, so to speak. Right. So yeah, that's pretty much that Mercury in Aquarius energy. Be open to inventing something as well. However, astrology is going to be very, prominent with this Mercury in Aquarius. People are going to be finding out things about astrology in their chart and how at this moment in time when, the moon was squaring their moon, they did this and whatever. Yep, pretty much. That's what that is. Moving on, the moon is going to trine.
#superstar.
If you are what you say
you are, a superstar.
Yeah.
You have no fear.
So moon's in the 7th, right?
Absolute Timon. You're correct.
The Saturn is in the 12th.
And it's joy.
This is interesting. That 12th house energy. This is the 2 ears, 1 mouth aspect. Just really listen instead of being so emotionally moved. Because this is the moment to basically remove the illusions with Saturn being there, Saturn and the Sun being in the 12th house. Yeah, this is like the
message.
yo.
The illusions are like being highlighted, so to speak, or you could just say like the certain thought processes, so to speak. Again, just 12th house, certain things that we thought was pleasurable, so to speak, could sort of be brought to the forefront in a basically uncomfortable manner, so to speak, because like let's just say our elder, Saturn, is basically like it's just that question of like is this something that you really want? Do you find this beautiful? Do you find this to be beautiful because of this, or is it beautiful because it's something that you genuinely care about? You know what I mean? So like, let's just say I have a Cadillac. Am I now beautiful because I have a Cadillac?
Wow.
Does it got a diamond in the back? No.
Wow.
Yeah. That sort of conversation or realization, like
some rooftop.
Big on the scene with a Moorish lean.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much that energy. So yeah, realizing what's beautiful to oneself and what's not. And where to basically place oneself. We got, the mutables, Pisces in the rise, Jupiter's in the first. So it's like, yeah, really recognizing what one really values in life and what actually brings some sort of sustenance and substance to the, the sense of imagination, because we can use our imagination. However, getting stuck in our imagination and not producing results or action is where this whole, trans is like, whoa, it's like a wake-up call, basically.
So in other words, hashtag, do you like me or what I have and what I can do?
There you go. Moving on.
That's what it sounds like. Islam.
Moon's gonna square Pluto, right?
Yeah, it sure is, huh?
Oh God, you're hilarious. This must be it. This must be what? Yeah.
And
Okay.
is it?
So the moon's in the 6th. So you know what I mean? You said it. It's like, bro, like he said it sure is. It's like, oh, okay.
Once again, it's on.
Yeah. All right. So moon's in the 6th.
Something's in the 6th.
Moon's in the 6th, 29 degrees, Libra, 29. Flat too. And Pluto.
Yeah, that's very interesting that it's at 29 flat, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
We got Pluto in the 9th. Look at that, man. That's just. And Mercury.
Mhm.
Mercury is in the 9th too. Mercury ruling it. Okay. Okay, so this is the moment where we like you have the Holy Bible in the circle 7, and you're unifying the text, or the Bhagavad Gita and the circle 7, you're unifying the text. You're seeing similarities in different texts, or how something may be transposed. However, you see the similarity in the message, or the principle of the message, so to speak. This is like a mental clarity. This is like mental clarity, you know what I mean? Because 6th house. Well, the moon is our mind, our emotional sense of connecting to things, and it's also our mental stability as well. And then Mercury would be that sense of processing that, or how our mental speed, or how our intellectual processing. So with this being a school, I mean, Mercury being in the 9th, and then Pluto and Moon squaring, this could be just like a good time to basically, rearrange certain things that you might have clung to or cling to, that were basically alive, just in the regards of like, it makes sense. So let me just hold on to it, but like in reality, it's not real. So this is basically that moment and having that conversation with possibly mother. Like I said, someone who has a circle 7, and let's just say their family or someone close to them still, declares to be a Christian. So again, simply using this textbook, using this holy textbook, we can literally reconcile all differences. Because, like, simply, if someone says, if Christians say that they were Christians and they love Jesus, or Jesus is Jesus, right? And then we would say, okay, I'm going to hand you this book, and just when you open it, the first thing you're going to see is this. What does that say?
The genealogy of Jesus.
Oh,
know thyself and Allah, the genealogy of Jesus.
Yeah. So just like that, it's just as simple as that. But
you know what's interesting too, if I may add to your wisdom, emotional outburst add on.
Mhm.
The fact that the final dispositors are in the 9th harmonic. All right, we know Venus is ruling the 6th and Saturn's ruling the 9th. However, Saturn is under its own dispositorship while in the 10th, and Venus is under Jupiter's dispositorship. And when you look at how far Jupiter, if I'm not mistaken, Jupiter and Saturn are apart, it's in the 9th harmonic. It's just below 40, might be 40 degrees, 59 minutes that they're apart. So that really does speak, because 9th harmonic is like zooming in on that 9th house even further, right? And it does really speak to beings really allowing themselves to turn a foreign affair into a domestic, for lack of better terms, yet at home familiarity, where you can no longer actually ostracize or marginalize ideas and ideals, because this is like, if belief was a roach, this aspect is the raid. it's killing that. Like you either want to see what this is, or you're just going to be in denial. I yield.
It's like prove your claim, whatever that claim may be.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay, so like give me your documented evidence.
Emotions are not facts.
At all. At
Back
all.
up your claim with documented evidence type thing. And then if you can't, that's fine too. However, make it make sense. Or, make it make sense. That's it. There's no in between.
Absolutely.
So this is good for reconciling differences and coming to terms with, again, the Mercury going into Aquarius connecting to the divinity, the unity. What Prophet Noble said, he said, I am a universal prophet. My philosophy is universal. So, we Moors aren't trying to own him or possess him. That's
or worship him either.
No.
Or be returns.
Definitely not returns.
Or bang a tambourine to him and replace Jesus with Prophet Noble Ali in the hymn.
Yeah, no, none of that. None of that. That's not happening. However, we do honor, our ancients, all prophets, and just recognizing again the universality and being yourself. It's okay. Again, you first open the Circle 7 Holy Quran. Know thyself. All right. The moon's going to be void after this aspect for 1 hour and 53 minutes.
Correct.
So, do not spend your resources. The moon is going to ingress into Scorpio. So again, that's that universal recognition. Like we honor all divine prophets. So the moon's in the 5th house. What's a prophet?
A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in flesh.
Islam. A prophet is a thought. A thought. Whoa. Hold on. So yeah, recognizing how you're thinking and what you're thinking, and what sort of ideals you may be connected to, or gods,
right?
Specifically, right? The things you like to call upon, that's what God means. Would you like to invoke and pour out to, basically being your reality, so to speak. It's either you're like basically that recognition of where you need to basically place yourself and why, rather than being in a situation you don't want to be based off of a benefit, right? So rather than being somewhere you don't want to be for benefit, you're in the place that you want to be doing what you want to do. And that this energy is like, if you're not there, it's like the alarm clock going off. Like, I don't want to be here. It's like the person at the job. Let's just say somebody's at their job, and I don't know. Let's say Selena comes on, and this woman loves Selena so much, she literally just starts dancing, and at that moment, she realizes, I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna go do, and then she's gonna possibly call her lover, like, hey, we should probably dance to Selena tonight. I don't know. Just yeah. That's that vibe though. Moon and Scorpio, doing what you want to do, and recognizing you may have been doing things you don't want to do. All right.
So do what you like.
Do what you love to do.
Boom, boom.
And just to catch up in the chat real quick. Real quick.
So guys and girls dancing.
Willis says, okay, legally attractive. Hold on. Is legally attractive? Hold on. Is that Samiri Bay? It's coming up as Regina Willis in the chat. Just wanted to know. My mother Barbara says Tank, yes. The Regina Willis account says come on now, one of my favorites. Someone to love you says Mother Barbara, right? For sure. Regina says Artie Lennox pressure is what Mother Barbara was saying. That's her jam. Regina Willis, I think that's Mary, if I'm not mistaken, the legally attractive account on Lawful Living. I'm saving for Mirror Mirror now. Thank you so much. That's Mary. If that's you, if not, I'll just say Mother Regina. Right. And Mother Barbara says, yes, beautiful on target, of course. Aldebaran 3 times, yes. Sending love emojis, excellent as always, she says. Not just to me, of course, but my bros also. But she does say excellent as always, Hassan. Laughing out loud, she does also with much love, Mother Barbara, right? And she said, Helen and Mr. Bentley. I think that's what we were speaking on. Helen and Mr. Bentley there, Chi, when referring to the Jeffersons, right? And she says, laughing out loud. She says, laughing my fucking ass off. She said, that's her generation, right?
Right.
She said, I hope the moving is for us. Laughing out loud, right? Sends more love. She's laughing at Brother Sean also, just to give you guys a recap in the chat. Does that mean others also? What'd you say?
You're in the chat going wild.
Yeah. Mother Barbara is definitely
wild. She's going love, not wild.
Yeah. And she says, does that mean others presuming also? I'm trying to remember which part we was talking about there, but I'll keep my eye on the chat because I was doing some other things and sharing. I'm still about to go back to Facebook and keep sharing to the different astrological groups that are there also. But Mother Barbara definitely sends her love. And I know we're now ready for this next aspect, correct? I think we're here, right? For the
that's for the 12th. That's for the 12th, though.
The lunar mercurial square?
Is it? Oh no, it's not. Oh, you're right. Go ahead. You're right.
Islam.
That's
Ready for me to hit next yet?
Yeah, indeed.
All right, here I go.
Mercury in the 7th, Moon in the 4th. Actually, gonna dig me. Sean, you silly. Yeah, this is like seeing the beauty and challenges, basically. This could be you definitely probably getting that astrology book you always wanted to. Your mom could possibly give you that gift, or your grandmother, or maybe your close sister, possibly, or brother, giving you that astrology book, or any book possibly that you always wanted. But this specifically, this is funny because we was talking about what'd you say, a man's God and his ideals. So this is basically that: as a man unfolds, his gods unfolds.
Yeah, Islam.
That's what's that, chapter 10? Chapter 10, yeah. Chapter 10, verse 16.
I can double check, of course. I'll double check chapter 10, bro.
Yeah, as a man unfolds, his God unfolds. Yeah, and this is basically that, because Mercury in the 7th, is that and it's in Aquarius, so it's that initiation, or that moment, or that opportunity to basically speak up and not be a pushover, possibly, if that's something that you are used to. However, if you aren't on that aspect, you could possibly be a little bit more rash and ruffle a few feathers, but in a good way, because it's in a sense of being pure and sincere. Like the passion can be mistaken for rashness or anger. However, it's just a sense of like when you know someone's a master and then they're just continuously acting like they're not, or they just act like they're slow, when they just tell themselves that they're slow, or I can't, or I can't do this, or I'm not, or this isn't, you know what I mean? Those basically doing your best to help, whoever you may be relating to or closest to, who may possibly have some sort of difficulty with their mental processing at this time. You could show them certain holy texts or certain remedies, what?
And you're correct, bro. It is degree 10, minute 16, or some would refer to as chapter 10, verse 16. A man's ideal is his God. And so as man unfolds, his God unfolds. Man's God today, tomorrow is not God.
Yeah, man's God's today, tomorrow. Not, it's not, because you. So yeah, like this, even with that statement, you can see that very, very prudently and keenly, because as a man unfolds, his God unfolds. So like seeing if one is very firm in what they say they are into or they do, or if it's just sweet whispers of nothing, or castles built on sand. That's basically this energy with this moon square. Mercury. Yeah, this is a symbol of exposure, so to speak. And how that will play out depends on each being. So you can be exposed to being the greatest guitar player ever, or you can be exposed to being someone who keeps her children away from their father. Who knows? It all depends on how you do things. So yeah, Islam. I'm using it to myself, right? Yeah.
Islam. Here I go.
So based on that moon square Mercury energy, you're just gonna chill. just relax, study, and really observe yourself. Observe your mental, observe how you may be reacting to certain things. Like if you are on edge, or if you're super in super bliss state, you can distinguish.
Yo, that's funny.
What you got going on? What?
Oh, I'm just looking at that 8th house. Yeah, check those numbers, and you already know it's one of the best days ever. It's funny because it's that, and I'm in that 8th house perfection year too. But I yield.
Wow.
I'm enjoying this sauce that's going on, man. I'm about to cook 3 different kind of recipes. You know what I'm saying, with this sauce I'm getting.
If it ain't about tomorrow.
Don't be trolling on us on Facebook. If it ain't tomorrow.
Basically. Go ahead, I yield.
All right, sun's at 22 degrees, Aquarius, 30 minutes. Yeah, so like I said, really just relax. Really find peace in doing nothing. Really, seriously. And not necessarily not doing completely nothing. However, just find that balance, with just I don't know, not doing what you always do just for this day, possibly. Just try it out. Or if you don't read at all, try reading for 5 minutes. Just do that. If you're always on go, on your feet, try sitting down for 7 minutes. How about that?
Try walking on your hands. And I'm just
That's love.
Literally. Or if you are someone who's always working out, possibly you should try meditation or yoga. Do that. You know what I mean? Just put a little spice or something different into your usual day-to-day routine. So yeah, the only aspect we got for today is moon opposed Uranus, right?
Right. Yep. Let me go and hit that button there. Give me 2 seconds. And it's happening, I think, 42 minutes after 1700, roughly, if I remember it properly. Let me try to remember it. Boom! I do remember it. Okay.
That was real good about the reading, though. That was a real good tip. That's a good way to start. Reading a little bit. It's like strengthening that muscle. It works the same way. Read a little bit, read a little bit more. People that's not used to reading. That's a good tip, Moor.
Islam. So we got that Uranus is in the 9th, right? 15 degrees Taurus, 55 minutes, and moon is still in Scorpio. Oh, not 55 minutes. I'm sorry. Excuse me. 8 minutes.
Mhm.
15 degrees, 8 minutes. Uranus. And the same for Luna, right? Luna's in the third. Yeah, so this is some sort of like yeah, speaking of that book again. This is some type of gift though, I'm thinking, like some sort of inheritance, some sort of gift. Um, Definitely could be from like a coworker or something, someone or an in-law possibly, someone close to you through a close friend type energy. Or like your close friend's friend gives you a gift type deal. Yeah, or not.
You said that.
Wow.
I just seen Venus. I looked at Venus, but possibly though. Yeah, this could be like what is it? What they call it? Paint night. Paint night.
And again, to add to your wisdom, Venus and Mars, since they're dispositors for this, right, are almost in a it looks like the ninth harmonic, because they're almost 80 degrees solid apart from each other.
Islam.
Yeah,
Islam.
Islam.
Yeah, this is you could be getting some sort of new garments or something like that, some new jewelry, possibly. Possibly a new ring. Yeah, Venus in the eighth. From a good friend, possibly. But this is definitely some sort of paint night or what do they call it? Karaoke night? Yeah. Or Venus and Pisces too. You know, I'm digging the bowling vibe. I need to go bowling my damn self. But yeah, Venus and Pisces, this would be a good night to go bowling. But yeah, this is definitely like children's galore though. Like the children are kind of taking over in this transit. So it's like it could be possibly the
Right, maybe the children gifting a teacher.
possibly, yeah. Or like I was gonna say, like the most at the most awkward moment, you get a call from your close friend and they ask you to watch their child or something. And you're like, you were probably on your way to go bowling.
I'm trying to bowl these strikes.
Yeah, this is or also though, this is mother giving that dose of unconditional love though. We can be also experiencing that too, like getting us to realize or connect to that sense of relating, so to speak, unconditionally, and not just based on condition. So this is like a kiss from Mother Nature, but like a slap on the ass. I mean, again, it's all based on what you're doing, you know. That's really it. You know, based on what each of us are doing in our day-to-day lives, how we may be responding to nature is it differentiates. So really you study yourself and get to know yourself astrologically, because this is definitely these times it's very potent with you know, Venus and Pisces, Neptune and Pisces, Saturn and the sun right now, the astrological degrees. Mercury is going to be there soon. So yeah, just really study yourself and know yourself so you can avoid voluntary servitude, literally, in all facets of life. And we're like from relationships to partnerships, business ships. That's a thing. Platonic, all of it. Any form of relating, you're not going to be in a sense of slavery. Yep, that's it. Islam.
That's it. That's it. Okay, let me hit that.
Bleep this all, folks.
Brother Jag, you got it. I'm go use a little Moore's room real quiz, Nick.
Islam.
Islam.
All righty. It's back. It's on me. It's back to me. Islam. Okay. All right. So they got the sunrise, right? So I'm trying to check this. Aquarius, 24. All right. Between benevolence and alcoholism.
Uh-oh.
All right, so
I can't stand the rain.
and you stand the rain. Whichever way you want to look at it.
Whichever way you want to look at it, you are
it.
hilarious.
I mean, if you want to be super duper fly, yeah, 1980s singing style, however old, all right.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, between benevolence and alcoholism. So, and once again, I'll just say, man, for these last couple degrees of Aquarius, to be grateful, and once again, just find what brings you a peace of mind. Ooh, I like that. That made me think of that one song. I'm looking for some peace of mind, but remember, before we can be anything to anyone else, we must be that to ourselves first. So once again, finding that wisdom to activate that mothering nurture within yourself to be your own peace of mind, to be whatever you need to be, you can be that for yourself, and that will attract the outer things that folks are looking for, and folks want love, right? Oh, I want someone to love me. You gotta, what Mary say, how can I love somebody else?
You can't
when I can't even love myself, right? So I think it's really just finding that it starts with us, and removing away the hypnosis, having you have these outer things or chasing these outer things to find inner peace, and just finding that balance between that two. All right, so I'll yield for that. So we'll get into first aspect of the day. We got a lunar Venusian trine here. All right, we got lunars in the 10th. Where you at, Venus? Where you at, the mamas?
Where you at, Venus? Where you at?
Where you at? Where you at? But this is this is funny. It made me think of that little Johnny Eastside voice song. Who you with? Who you with? Who you with? With the love, who you with? But yeah. Look at Pluto's definitely on that rise, but Venus got exdignal dignity, right? And the second, exalted, 10 and 2. Yeah, this is finding ways to they say like make more resources, but we could take it as finding ways to expand our energy to attract different things that we need when it comes to like the resources, right? So probably see a lot of more folks either looking into or looking to put to the test all the different laws of manifestations, right? And all those different things. Folks probably even trying like candle work. I can get that too. Right, Luna trine Venus. This is also like a someone about to be granted like some work vacation time, some Job vacation time. Let's see, Saturn's on the rise. Saturn's is in the first. Yes, it was like an opportunity to really either like move up in one's career field, or even to start like a new path, just something different, something totally different. That just brings you that passionate fire and desire, right? When you're talking about Rick James here.
Fire and desire.
Right? That just makes you passionate, right? Just to, I remember Brother Jag was talking about, Jobin earlier, wanting to leave, right? But just finding something that we can do, whether you take it as a career or a job, something that we all love to do, right? That's benefits humanity at all. If everyone's doing what we love, attaining our higher selves. Yeah. Let's see. Mars and Guru. All right. Yeah, you better expand this. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of my Venus about to be in that conjunction with Neptune too pretty soon. Yeah, so it'll be an opportunity just to, like I said, let bygones be bygones. Like I said, feeling the good energy. Jag is funny, yeah.
Go deal with that one, bro. Oh shit.
Right. Yeah, because that moon Scorpio is kind of like, craving something, but it's like Venus and Pisces like, look here. You learned that lesson, didn't you? Or did you not? Because you want to go something back that ain't good for you, but what's that? See so much be coming in. What's that Neo song? No, it's that. And you ain't no good. You ain't no good. No, ain't that. No, that's the right way. That's that. I ain't going with the right way. It's that.
Hey, the melody you were just singing, it made me think you was talking about. You make me better. That ain't that though. That wasn't that.
Man, I almost went that, but it ain't that make me better. It's that. It's a Neo, I think, Jesus song. She said, you ain't no good, but you feel so good. She said, you ain't no good, but I can't leave you alone. That type of energy. She said, Hassan, yeah. But yeah, just maybe I think that's on that probably I think like a Thug Motivation 103. Yeah, that's that 103. But yeah, just letting bygones be bygones, enjoying life. This is like even if you stay close to a beach, right? Just sitting by a body of water. And I know it's been a minute since I've referenced it, but it's another good one. Spiritual baths, right? Getting you some Himalayan sea salt, different herbs or essential oils, and able to take those good baths and just let it soak in. This is spa and beauty. No, this is like the girls going somewhere different, right? The mothers. This is like the sons. This is man, I see somebody want to go surfing, picking up surfing, right? But on that note, I will yield the floor and we'll get into lunar trining Neptune next. So she definitely, it's probably be probably 9-1 on the houses, maybe. That's a little more time than I thought. It's my only one, though. I can laugh at this one. I'll get it in for this one.
Yo.
It's my only one.
You are funny.
All right, so we got Luna.
The weather report isn't over.
For me, it is now. For you?
Hey, yo.
Yeah, for you, brother Jay.
Remember, it's everlasting. It never ends.
Yes, it's everlasting.
Yo.
Yes. We'll be in spirit one day. Like, look at us still getting over 7 and 6 house delineations.
Literally.
Hilarious.
Don't end up dwelling in the 7th house now. You know what I'm talking about?
For this strong, I will rejoice and be hopeful of my only one. While brother Jag, you gonna be like that. What's that one Pitbull song? How it go? Uno, dos, tres, boom, 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 boom. We know you like that 6th house. We know you like that. We know you like that.
Yo, really?
Right. So moving on, right, guys.
House makes it so much better. Yo, that is actually hilarious, bro. Go ahead, I yield, man.
And we got Luna and Neptune 6 houses away from each other, which you looky. Neptune's in the 12th, Luna's in the 7th. So yeah, man, this is couples meditation. And if you man, for those are like, couples, partners, man, meditate together, y'all. Start finding different practices to bring the more of the breath work spirituality into it and just not the bumping and the grinding,
Yeah, she doubles, meditate.
Shout out to brother Jaren too, man. He's in the chat, man. Shout out to you, bro.
What's going on, brother Jaren?
Islam Moor.
Yeah, just putting some meditation together. Wow, that's a jam-packed 12th. Venus, Neptune, Jupiter, and Chiron. Man.
Yo, Mother Barbara says a Pisces and Scorpio standoff. Keep my phone off. Got it.
They try.
Yo.
She said, "Who's the water of water?"
Right. I am. No, I am.
I am the water.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, because it's like
the Scorpio, like, yeah, you heard of rough ends, right? Well, I'm a Scorpio. This is rough waters.
Yo, and it's almost like it's an enabling type of energy too, when it's like that trine between Scorpio and Pisces. It's not a bad thing. It's just that you be responsible. That's all I'm going to say. Be responsible. I yield.
Yeah, it's oh wow, look at that. 0 degrees on the rise. Toro.
Yeah.
With Venus running on the 12th. Yeah. Please come on, y'all. Why y'all putting these songs in my head? That boom boom. That Yin Yang Twin song. Remember saying
that? What?
Boom, that Yin Yang Twin song. That boom boom. That boom. I'll be here waiting for you.
Wow,
right.
yeah.
Yes, my people, the people. Be like that. Yeah, that's an opportunity to really let go. So for those, like I say, single, partnership, like I said, it's an opportunity just to really let it go. You know, you ain't got to sing the Keisha Cole song, but just let go of the past pain. Chiron 13 degrees, that's still the degree of the physician, food and drink. So yeah, just this is kind of like a at home, at Domus kind of dinner, maybe dinner and a movie. Maybe even has a philosophical twist to it. Guru's at 8 degrees Aries. So yeah, this is like another transformative opportunity. I remember Brother Jag was talking about imagination earlier, right? Having imagination, but also not being so imaginative that nothing gets done in concrete reality. Scorpio there, Moon of Scorpio, you're able to figure that out. You're able to really feel and process all of that. So yeah, there's no hiding from that. So once again, when it comes to, why am I feeling this intensity, right? You're able just to really look into the deeper natures of yourself. And with that, I'll yield to get on next into Sol and Luna now making a square. I think my last one was they was trining, right? All right, so once you look at that, Jay, I got a 6th house.
I told you don't learn.
I'm all for 6th house, you know.
No,
6th house rose Virgo, right? 6th house does Virgo, right? That's me. I'm cool.
Definitely a natural connection between Virgo and the 6th house. Absolutely.
And I know it squares you, you know, my Gemini, Hermano, you know. Long as I can stay away from that 7th, man.
Stop it. There's nothing wrong with the houses, y'all. This is just an inside joke.
Right. You know, Red's dad. Red's dad, you want some of this? No. When Debo's like, you want some of this? If he was a 7th house, no. Right?
Yo. Right, so start coming down here and Bob.
Bob and these people. Come on. Right. Yeah, there we go. Sun and Luna.
Yeah.
6 and 10. So sun's in the 10th here, so some light could be shed upon one's status, one's career. Maybe this is even like pitching some ideas to your job or your, whatever you do in your fashion. Pitching some ideas and just letting filling things out. This is kind of going with the flow, right? Because your emotions or just your subconscious or your soul's feeling that kind of way, and your sun is putting that energy out another way. So this is just filling it out and letting it flow. Right? Hashtag ride the train. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh
Right,
wow! Really, that song? I think
come on, ride the train. Right. This is just going with the flow, right? Possibly even resting, right? Getting some good rest and recharge if one's been going at it. Taurus on the rise still, Venus on 11th, yeah. This has been being like some comfort and support, right? For someone in a whatever friend groups, this is just being the listening ear, or just the stern loving truth, right? For someone, just a system to give that. And go around with your pets, go walking with your pets, or you get them some new stuff, right? Or even like changing diet for like oneself and the pets. And with that, I'll yield. Next up, we got a lunar Saturnian square, right? All right, so we've got Luna and the 4th. Look at that, some accidental dignity. Hey. Saturn's in the 8th. Hey. This is your subconscious speaking.
Wow.
For some soul development.
And insert Brother Jag saying, "Why are you like
this? What is wrong with you?"
No, it's all good, man. I love it.
What is wrong with you?
Like, it's so hilarious. I yield.
Right. So Luna and you mean talk it back, Albert? Hey. This is Luna Saturn here. This is some soul development.
And the Cosby goats.
That's Mercury and
the Cosby baby goats. Stop. I yield.
This is some soul conscious development for your resources.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, this is all about getting yourself together. Right. So Luna in the 4th was like I said, accidental dignity there. Definitely in the area she's in a sign, not the best in, but in a house that she is comfortable in. So this is like, once again, Moon and Scorpio is like having somebody come over your house, right? And they be sitting over here like this, like, man, why are you so uncomfortable? This is kind of
except at 19 degrees. Luna in Scorpio at 19 degrees, it's definitely the according to the monomoria. The monomoria is for the moon degree in Scorpio is 19 degrees. I yield. Islam.
And what's very great about this as well is Luna is, man, if y'all get your astrology, man. Luna's at the degree of literature and memory. Saturn's in the astrological area. So there's opportunity to really assist yourself. Because if you felt like, well, why are these things happening? Astrology can help. Why does this relationship doesn't work out? Astrology can help with that. Oh, why are my children like this? Or how can I assist my children? Astrology can help with that. Oh, where should I go travel or move? Astrology can help with that.
For sure.
So, this is an opportunity to really assist yourself and the children, right? This is getting some children reports done, whether it's mirrors or even if you just want, it's like, hey, what will my children's life look like when they're 15, 16, 17, 18 or whatever? Able to assist yourself. And also it's like, well, even able to help assist your mentality, right? Maybe some things need to be clear, and maybe some things need to be let go of. And Luna did pass that conjunction with the South Node. So yeah, this can really help you not push you, but assist you down this rabbit hole of yourself. So that once again, as Brother Jack pulled up earlier, man, know thyself. So this opportunity to know thyself and let whatever restrictions or just any kind of rejection or whatever it is that one has against astrology and themselves and just the culture of it, to really let yourself be assisted, get out your own way of saving yourself, right? So hey, let the man do his job, right? And get out the way, pretty much kind of with this energy.
Forgive me.
Oh, I thought that was Jay. I'm like, Jay, what you would have laughing? But yeah, this is assist yourself energy. Leo's on the rise, so Sun's in the 7th. So yeah, get the astrology so that you can relate with yourself and relate with others. Like, I don't even want to say this, but like you can figure like, oh well, this show has this sign. That's maybe why I like it, and it's so toxic. And the whole time, it's like the Antitia or something is right around the area. So just finding different things that we can relate and communicate with when it comes to either like the TV shows or movies, just different things, so we can all better ourselves. Go. Out. Get outside. Outside. All right. I'm saying they always, if I'm sitting there chilling, they always got to come by you. What it do? What's happening? All right, I'm gone. But I yield. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we'll get into Luna now sextiling Neptune. Neptune. So we got Neptune in the 9th. Luna's in the 6th. So oh yeah. February 17th. Did we skip up? I said, man, I know Luna was in Scorpio.
Oh shit!
I think we're looking at the 17th right now.
Yeah, my fault.
I was on my Nate Dogg stage. Hold up. Yeah. Think we jumped a little too far, Brother Jack.
Yeah, looking for a sextile.
Get your astrology every day.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Make sure you go to 7hillstar.com and sign up for our email list, guys. I'll get started on that email because last cycle, I got busy. Like I said, we're doing a lot of different work behind the scenes. Also doing a lot of different documentation. Mission Preemption is on and popping, seriously, like a Ray J song. It's on and popping. Okay, anyway.
Chris Brown. Let's get it on and popping.
So with that being said, guys, also make sure you schedule your Mirror Astro Literacy session with either I, Brother Terrell, Brother Corey, or Brother Sean. And also, guys, make sure you get your hands on the Mental Magician report from Brother Sean. You guys know we give out 2 different types of reports just overall, even though there are many different types of reports out there, but we style them in 2 different ways. One, you guys want something where we're going all the way in on what it is that we do in our research. Trust and believe, you're looking to give quite the eleemosynary tuition for that. Because never forget, 7hillstar.com and 7hillstar Astrology Firm. Of course, we are not only Moorish American, we are internationally certified professional astrologers. Not just by our own free national press, however, first and foremost, we're shoveling ourselves from under the avalanche of lies heaped upon Moors annually, if not daily. And what we have done is in making sure we have our certification based on our own free national press. Then the sons and daughters out there in other astrological associations, major ones, honestly, to be sincerely honest with you, have recognized also 7hillstar.com Astrology Firm. And we appreciate you all, to all our colleagues also. in our professional astrological organization is out there. So with that, I yield the floor. It's fine.
It's fine. And we write our reports by hand.
Yeah, it's long.
So no
unless
report
you get something from me. Remember, when I do report receipts are a little different. But when we do the reports that you guys are coming for, like, oh, I need this specific report from here. Oh, that's different from a report receipt. We're doing our own research. Brother Sean's definitely digging in them books. I'm digging in them books. Brother Terrell's digging in them books. Brother Corey is digging in them books, especially when it comes to you guys' nutrition. And by the way, make sure you go to One Heart Supplements on Instagram and get your CMOS. All righty, shipped to you from Brother Corey Bay, and as well as, like, even when it comes to the civics, right, with Brother Ara, right? Shout out to Brother Ara in Wawa Bay, right? As he still confidently even says himself that, you know, he's still working towards his cert for the astrology. However, you guys know, when it comes to the civics, we're basically, for the most part, we're not remixing anyone else's concepts. We're taking what is shared with us, and then we dig into it to make sure we comprehend it for ourselves, and then we can be able to share with you all, our perspective, and going in further into our comprehension and giving you other perspectives that are to assist you in freeing yourself also. So I yield the floor. We were saying, Brother Sean, yes, we do handwrite our own reports that are not report receipts. Report receipts is what I mean by the different style, like different types of reports. Report receipt is different from the report you get from us. All right. And so just wanted to put that out there for those of you that have received report receipts from Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions. All righty. I yield.
Fine. All right, so we'll get that. Yeah, Luna, sextile and Capricorn. All right, current in the 3rd and the 5th. All right,
Pluto and Luna, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we got Virgo on the rise, 10 degrees flat. So yeah, this is collecting, right? So if one finally start taking serious what we've been bringing you, telling you to get to astrology, you're able to now collect the creative qualities and so like I said, insights, Akashic records, or whatever from your mental, so that now you can start to grow and move past into your new cycle, into the new path. 29 degrees we know is a closing out, right? Moving into the next sign. So this is the last aspect before Luna goes void of course. Being poured out through Mercury. Mercury's, wow, in the 5th too, in Aquarius. So yeah, get this astrology, or if you don't want to tell yourself astrology isn't real, cool, go get the tarot. Because a real tarot will know, okay, I'm gonna give them this astrology, even though they might not try to act like it, but you know, I'll just do that just to show them. But yeah, to get these different services so that to help the mindset out. Because once again, there's a lot of mentality that's under a hypnosis. So now how do you reverse that hypnosis? By using the proper hypnosis to, you know, Thanos snap, or you can lean with it, rock with it, snap yourself out of this kind of mental confusion, right? Yeah. Mental confusion and just the instability of it. Once again, so this is even like some sibling. I've seen like using astrologies to understand, okay, I'm this older sibling, this is a younger sibling. Oh, hey, look at us. This is how we understand and how things spark off here. So once again, so now we can improve upon that, so that now once we reconvene together at the home of a domus or wherever we're at, so we can understand each other and get things and be harmonic, right? Because what's fun about being toxic, you know, and just not in harmony with things, to just kind of brag about it, right? For some kind of attention that you really need within yourself, right? Yeah, that's what's being poured out. So killing off those thoughts that don't serve us, so that now we can grow with the new insights that we're receiving, the new urge to maybe even go to a new path, right? So that we can let go of those cycles. Maybe someone needs some cord cutting, right? Cutting some cords because they could feel like, well, why is this not moving? Well, you have some cords as what was that? A sign? I was at Jag earlier. It was talking about the energy. No, that was Brother Chi, actually. Brother Chi talking about the energy is how we have what we can see, but there's also the unseen, and we all are interconnected, right?
Mm-hmm.
There could be cords that need to be cut that are no longer harmonic for one. And that's why you might not be able to let go of some things, or you're being reminded of some things. So just taking that time to, like I said, just really look at yourself and be real with oneself. Let's get the astrology, man. And with that, I'll yield. So that lunar void, course, is for, what was it, 1 hour, 31 minutes? 1 hour, 39 minutes.
Correct. That is absolutely correct.
Hour 39 minutes, so no major purchases. So you won't regret it. And if you do, and then when you come across this and see this, we told you so. She probably just wanted to test it out, right? Probably an Aquarius. I'm gonna test him out just to make sure. Oh man, I shouldn't have spent that.
All the fixed signs.
Right, one of the fixed signs.
All of them.
The Taurus, like, I'm gonna buy what I want when I want. I don't care.
Do what I want to do.
The bag.
Islam.
So last aspect for the degree, right? We have the lunar ingress into Sagittarius, right?
And it's joy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Shout out to Nurse Joy. If you ever watch Pokemon. No,
you're hilarious.
All right, so lunar ingress Sagittarius in the third. That's beautiful because Sagittarius rules long distance. Third house is short trips. So yeah, take some short trips here. Maybe to like one of the corporate cities over, or even just let's see what's on the rise. Virgo at 29 degrees. Wow, that's another sun degree. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of light here, or it's like possible long-term planning here, and part of fortunes in there too. And that third. So yes, just man, there's gonna be a bunch of beings that are gonna they're going to get the joy of just making little short, simple trips, whether it's to the local library, whether it's to the store, whether it's just connecting with some of their, childhood friends, or, having talks about, childhood memories, and just kind of like a reminisce. It's like, wow, we used to do that. Look what we do now. Look at how we've grown and, upheld ourselves. And that part of fortune's there too. So yeah, check the health, right? Stretch. Sagittarius does rule the hips. So hey man, go do that hula hoop. Yeah, do some hula hoops or some stretching, some yoga, breath work, just whatever helps out.
Read a book.
Read a book, yeah. READABOOK, right? Yeah, read a book. This is great. And just watch how you can read a book, something so simple about foreign culture while you're comfy on your couch. And that's how you're able to time travel, how you're able to get long distance foreign material while at home, and just enjoying the beauty of that, of meeting beings in their literature. And with that, I will yield the floor. Let's see, I think it's bro. Yeah, brother sign. My bad. Living master.
You're hilarious, man. Islam. All right, let me hit that there. Boom. All righty. So we're having And thank you, bro. I appreciate my bros as always. They're having a solar ascendant conjunction. They're having at 25 degrees Aquarius, 31 minutes, still within the astrological area, as well as the descendant now. The seventh house cusp is also within the astrological area. The astrological area, again, to remind you, is 22 degrees to 28 degrees Aquarius, and then 25 degrees to 29 degrees Leo. So right now, we're really bringing to light that, which is very important for you guys. Astrology is on the rise more than ever. And even right now, as we're giving our diverse testimony, which will end up being a full delineation for these 7 days from the 9th to the 15th, what you'll actually see is the seeds planted now within your minds. The garden is your mind, and the words that we're bringing forth to you are the seeds. They will begin to take root and sprout daughter leaves very soon. You guys want to look back maybe 90 days from the 14th, right? Which would be approximately, let's see, March, April, probably May 12th-ish, May 13th-ish. You guys will probably see the importance of either you're going to be like, whew, I'm so glad I got my session done, or you're like, oh my God, I need to get my session done as far as the astrology is concerned, so that you guys can actually really, really, really see how you're going to need to really relate to yourself and no longer have the fascination and denial when it comes to the fated interactions, so to speak. So really allow yourself to get the essential values out of instituting some things that will really expand oneself, so that you too can have your heart as well as the center being that you are rise, all right, and make those transformative thoughts within inside yourself actually come to fruition. It's no longer time to, hide and, and try to like duck away from being ostracized about the astrology, guys. Remember, you wouldn't be eating if it wasn't for good farmers using so-called quote unquote good farmers and or gardeners utilizing the moon to plant by. Again, get yourselves a farmer's almanac. You can check out the website first if you like for farmer's almanac, and then you guys can go to a convenience store like 7-Eleven, Cumberland's, Royal Farms, Quick Trip, or anything of that nature.
Or even celebrating their quote unquote birthdays, right?
Yeah. And I guess if you go to celebrate your solar return, guys, recognize that when you're doing that, you're actually acknowledging the fact that your mother went through a menstrual cycle and you weren't a discarded ovum in the menstrual cycle. You were actually defibrillated by some sperm from another mother's son. And then you're celebrating that sun's placement pertaining to that day, even though the sun doesn't actually return to where it was when you were manifested. It doesn't get close as far as the exactness, even close into time, until 28 years later. So you're really only 1 year old at 28. You're 1 solar year old at 28 years, to be completely honest with you. However, people will then celestially vibrate, which is celebrate the anniversary to that manifestation pertaining to your manifestation date. So that's why you're celebrating the solar return. So just recognize already that you wouldn't be able to eat without the moon. You wouldn't be here without the moon controlling your mother's menstrual cycle. And there would be no need, if astrology wasn't important, for you to celebrate the anniversary pertaining to where the sun was when you descended from your mother's stargate. All right. So with this sunrise, guys, just make sure, again, you are getting the essential values out of instituting that which can expand yourself, expand your heart, and allow those hidden transformative thoughts really just take rise to the forefront and utilize the astrology to pull yourself out of the shadows. All right. And with that, I yield the floor. My first aspect is happening prior to sunrise, about approximately 0300 hours and 39 minutes. All righty. And to be exact, it's happening 0300 hours, 39 minutes, and 15 seconds for the 14th February 2023. Right. So with that being said, guys, we have Luna. Actually, we have Luna here in Sagittarius, 4 degrees, 3 minutes. Alrighty. And it is in a growth opportunity with Mercury here in the second house at 4 degrees Aquarius, 3 minutes. All right. And then we can already see that Mars is ruling over the house that the moon is in right now. So Mars here is really bringing forward some active communication, some active thinking, right? So be active in serving your community. All right. This is one of the things that you could probably be thinking about. Maybe you'll have a dream about being very active, some way, shape, or form in your community, while also at the same time making sure the essentials pertaining to astrology are included. So, guys, this may be you waking up after this transit, and you may be starting to think to propagate seeds in a way. Maybe you'll germinate some seeds in-house and begin to work on some form of in-house gardening or some sort, or you may be actually, if you already have some type of in-house gardening going on, you may do some things in probably pruning some of the leaves, if there's some brown leaves going on or things of that nature. May actually find yourself also allowing yourself to really be innovative in how you are really thinking about doing gardening in-house, so to speak. Another good thing to actually recognize here also is the fact that the people already are really allowing other concepts that are seemingly foreign, right? Because the people is also the moon, right? So the people could be at home really formulating some ideas of higher learning, maybe some foreign affairs, however, that's been shared with the entire group. So they're going to take things within group activities, the way they went to go learn something in a group activity. The people will be able to find a growth opportunity in making sure that those sudden changes or the information that was learned, that they're rolling over in their minds, right? Even though mind is moon and the thought is Mercury, they'll be able to make sudden changes based off the information shared and really find some new values in themselves and be very active in that communication to serve not only themselves, and you can serve yourself, that's great. Then you can serve your family, then you can serve your community. So with that, make sure that you have the heart and mindset that is seeking to grow and nurture not only your inner garden, also your community garden. And with that, I yield the floor. I actually have a lunar Jupiterian trine next, right? So now Luna is trining Jupiter, right? Luna is here in the 6th house, right? In Sagittarius, alrighty, at 8 degrees, 46 minutes. And Jupiter, of course, is here, alrighty, in the 11th house, alrighty, 8 degrees, 46 minutes. Alrighty, so there's this trine going on here between the 6th and the 11th house, which means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So we're dealing with service again, actually, alrighty. And Aries being 5th to Sagittarius, the type of service that we're dealing with is children. So those of you that are in daycares, right? I can see you actually finding a way to, you're seeking a way to have some type of expansive group activity. You're really seeking to institute also in this expansive group activity some type of health value or some type of health idea, especially dealing with other people's children. And so you will be able to do this by just being sincere and actively communicating those things that are on your mind, right? And when you actively communicate these things, you can actually find that you can use examples either from your childhood or other people's childhood, so to speak, in making sure that they're doing some things for their little ones that will actually help the entire group, all right? It may be something as little as make sure your children's hair is done, or if not, you may be offering the mothers and or fathers an opportunity like, hey, if you're really busy, then, we can do your child's hair here if you give us the permission. So I actually kind of see that's what's happening. Usually when you're looking at fire signs, you're not really looking at hair as much, but you can, because I said it's 5th from Aries is 5th from Sagittarius. So this may be a foreign mother, right? Because foreign, or someone who's a mother abroad, right? Which is Sagittarius being foreign or abroad, and mother being moon. Being able to service, right? The 6th house is not only dealing with service, it's also dealing with the nervous system. An extension of the nervous system in harmony with Virgo is the hair and nails. So one could actually be in your daycare situation, or you may be doing something where you're assisting a child right, with their hair, so to speak, and as a means to actually assist the mother and or father pertaining to said child. And Aries is the head, right? Aries is the head, Leo is the mane, right? Because lions have manes, right? So I'm just really looking at this whole energy as you may be able to assist other mothers and fathers with their children's hygiene, however, in the sense just only pertaining to hair. All righty. Maybe you couldn't get to the barbershop, right? And maybe someone who is assisting with watching children or whatever, they may be able to, if you want someone to have a haircut or shape up. I mean, I would you would promote growing one's hair. If you want to cut it and promote the growth, I think the moon should be in Libra when you do that. However, if you are seeking to just assist some mother or father who may be swamped, so to speak, with other responsibilities, not that they don't love their child, just that if you see you can reach out and give a hand in that sense, do so and allow yourself to be of service even further to not only yourself, but your community abroad. And with that, I yield the floor. My final testimony, I have a lunar Martian reflection here, right? Luna and Mars are 180 degrees from one another. And Luna's there in the third house in its joy again. Looky, Astro cookie for the 15th, the 14th February 2023. This happened about 2100 hours, 5 minutes and 50 seconds. All righty, just 10 seconds before 2106. All righty, and see, with Mars in the ninth house, it's very interesting how we can be very forward and very active in some self, really communicating to oneself some means to kind of travel, guys, without really moving. I really see this as being more of a meditation aspect than actual physical movement. However, if you are going to take a trip here on this day or whatever, since the day that it is, I really see maybe some people really bringing what's abroad home. So in other words, let's say instead of going to Japan, you make it a sushi night, right? And you actually go not just all out with the food portion of it being sushi, you actually get the decorum inside the home to be the same. All righty. And so what you're really allowing yourself is to actually provide a psychological health here, so to speak, where what you're allowing you and your loved one to experience is while you're indoors or at home, you're actually experiencing what seems to be, quote unquote, a culture abroad, right? Someplace further from you. Who knows? If you're into Abyssinian food, what they call Ethiopian food, maybe you may research different pictures or things pertaining to Abyssinia, right? Because we know Ethiopia is a thing divided. So we'll respect it saying Abyssinia instead of Ethiopia. And you may set different decorums and themes inside while also eating the food therefrom. However, if you're into, who knows, maybe you want to have falafel and baklava. So maybe you'll give a Mediterranean theme inside the home while you're eating foods like falafel wraps and baklava or some type of pilaf, some rice pilaf, so to speak. So that's kind of how I see that. So ultimately, just make sure that what you're actively thinking about really reflects, alrighty, what it is that your subconscious mind is really going into. It's very interesting too when looking at this, because Gemini, alrighty, is naturally associated with the number 3, and Sagittarius is naturally associated with the number 9. So what you can see here also is that if you're going to do these things and these things, make sure you follow the instructions in the cookbook, right? All righty, because, cooking is Mars, very fiery it can be, and you're using your hands to do this firing activity. Gemini rules the hands. And the book would be the publication, that's ninth house. So while you're at home cooking the meal, the moon, you can be able to really allow yourself to actually carry, right? Because the carriage is pulled by a horse. Horse deals with Sagittarius. Make sure you have all the ingredients carried the best way you can. Maybe you'll have everything delivered, right? And you'll make it from scratch if you're following the cookbook, or at least read the menu properly if you're going to order something already prepared, so that you both can enjoy said meal. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I am well pleased. He's given us the last 5 testimonies and a lunar ingress into Capricorn. I yield the floor to our beloved brother with the Souths, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey. Islam.
Islam, bro. All right. This is the 15th of February. All right. Sun's at 26 degrees, Aquarius, 32 minutes. So, like we've really been saying, specifically this whole, for this whole cycle, through 7 degrees. Astrology is at the forefront. So it's like divinity is knocking at your door. So it's like, pick up the phone, literally.
Hello?
That's the energy. Yeah. All right. So the first aspect we got on this Wednesday, right, is Venus is to conjunct Neptune, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's after sunrise. So this is in the first house, right? 24 degrees. Venus and Neptune, right? Yeah, so first house is just self identity. So this is really that, like I said, that wake up call, like connecting to who you are, and what that actually stems from. Recognizing you are in between realms, so to speak. You are in this physical shell, however, you are divinity. And that's pretty much this realization with this aspect. Venus conjunct Neptune, and it's happening in the first house, right? Near the Baltimore Corporation, so to speak. At this, but however, it's going to happen, throughout your chart in whichever way it's going to interact. So it's going to, if you're a Pisces or something, specifically for you, again, this is like wake up time, like recognize your divinity, and even not in that sense. It's just this is again that call to like recognize how beautiful you are, or how magnificent you are, or how capable you are to do basically whatever you recognize yourself to be, literally. Because again, we're dealing with the first house, which is self-identity, and then Venus will be your sense of value, or your sense of beauty, or the sense of artistic capabilities you may have. And then it being a Pisces, it's like, all right, what can you bring how can you bring your imagination to the forefront? And like Brother Hassan was saying, how can that help, the collective at large? Right. Brother Sean,
Brother Sean went out?
Yeah.
All right, it's all good. It's me. You ready for me to move to the next aspect?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still, bro. I'm just switching devices.
Okay. All right.
We got a moon square Neptune. But yeah, this moon conjunct Venus conjunct Neptune is like it's like the last test, like to graduation. So it's the last test. You pass the test, you graduate. Not, of course, you're gonna have to do the test. Right? That's that energy there. Yeah, separating the wheat from the chaff. All right, so now moon's in 6th house. Neptune is in the 9th house, right? So this makes me again think about the unifying. This is unifying differences, unifying text. Seeing the similarities and what they call differences, or the illusions are basically reconciled, literally. This is the sense of knowing what helps or what really molds one character, and how that character is being molded. So it's basically like Brother Hassan was saying, the past 90 days, what has happened in those last 90 days, how your character has been molded. It's basically this moon squaring Neptune is like, again, that like you're seeing what has been done and what may need to change, and what you may need to take heed to, so to speak. Because Neptune's in the ninth house, Saturn's there too, and Saturn's ruling in the ninth and the eighth and the seventh. So it's like the decisions that have been made prior to. It's like, what are they? What are they? So now it's like, connecting to that reality. You know what I mean? Of what that may possibly be. Yeah. All right. So moving on. The moon is going to square Venus. All right.
Forgive me.
Yeah, you're good. So the moon square Neptune and the moon going to square Venus. Yeah. So now, the moon is just in the sixth house, right? So, and it's still in the sixth house. So this is a sense of nourishment again, basically, and how that is sustained or not, and what may possibly be nourishing you, or possibly be, or not doing that, specifically nourishing. It's not a sense of nourishment. So what does bring you that nourishment? You know what I mean? And now that's being recognized. Venus and Neptune in the ninth. Not being over excessive, so the moon's in Sag, it's like moon, Sagittarius moon, so moon in Sagittarius, you can attend to be over excessive or overdo what you normally do, so to speak. Like, so if you normally have 4 falafels, speaking of falafels, you'll probably have 12. You might not want to do that. You know what I mean? Just finding that balance and not overdoing things. And now, again, this would just be more so pertaining to health and your diet and your day-to-day routines. Literally, this is the sense of rearranging certain things within our day-to-day routine that is not beneficial. This is basically that. And again, the holy text is like giving us that sense of like confirmation. What is it? Swami Vivekananda. All knowledge that the world has ever received comes from the mind. All knowledge that the world has ever received comes from the mind. This is like, that's moon square Neptune and Venus. And Venus conjunct Neptune. It's like, okay, whoa, all is mind. Literally. All knowledge that the world has ever received comes from the mind. So then it's like, okay, now we're reprocessing and going through this whole, we're just going through the tunnels of our mind, so to speak, basically. Yeah, and moving on, is that we got the moon going to sextile the sun. Yeah, this is uprooting some sort of illusions or hidden some things that may have been hidden or misinterpreted. So the moon's in the 4th and the sun's in the 6th. So this can just be that that message or that confirmation again from possibly one of the elders about your inheritance or your bloodline. Just giving you that confirmation on some things that you probably already knew. However, you doubted it because you thought that culture was foreign to you. Yeah, so it's like Brother Hassan was saying, you like quote unquote Ethiopian food. It's like, why do I like that? And then you recognize that you're, what they call quote unquote Ethiopia, the locality of that, which isn't Ethiopia. However, near that locality, near that geographical location, your people, live there. And figuring that out, it's like, whoa, so that's why I like this food, or that's why I'm into the drums,
That's why I can't get enough of red lentils and sambusa. Let me stop.
Yeah, literally, like, oh my God, I love hummus too much. Why can't I stop eating chickpeas? Yeah, so like, and it's funny though, because Brother Sean said it earlier. It's just like the story's coming full circle, literally. It's like you're getting it. It's like, whoa, And then again, some things that you may have probably misunderstood or applied, you know, you may have to retrack and like go cross your T's and dot your I's type energy. Yeah. So this is that recognition and reconnection to what you already know, but with a more like firm and stable foundation, so to speak. Yeah. And then moving on, we got the moon sextile Saturn. So, and this is the moon's last aspect. So this is just establishing everything that was just formulated from the moon sextile and the sun. So all of the information that was just formulated and given to you from the elders, so to speak, like it's now being formulated. So it's like the things that we thought we desire or the things that we desire. It's like, why do I even like that? Again, okay, so you know, you have some recognition that, oh, well, that's where my people are from, so to speak. Or, you know, you may play the drums and then you found out, you know, or just met your grandfather and he plays the drums. This was your first time meeting him. You know what I mean? And that connection or that realization is just amplifying you to the next level of like, okay, wow, I can really do this now. Okay. Maybe I should really do this because why not? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't I do it? Right. So, you know, this is like, this moment is like listening to the elders and also like getting to the root of things. The origin of like, the origin of all causes is like going to smack us in the face on this day, literally at this moment. Whatever, you know, whatever processes or things that we have been doing, astrology, just looking at your chart at this moment, you're going to be like, whoa. Like, so even if you have moon at 27 degrees, 40 minutes, and then when that moon returns to your, you know, your lunar return happens at this moment, and if you're actually with your grandfather and they tell you how you came from, you know, South America, and you know your grandfather always played the drums, yeah, it's like, yeah, that's, you're gonna recognize like, yeah, astrology is real and it wasn't just a fairy tale, and we weren't just talking. So then, you know, you're going on your own journey now. It's like the moment of, okay, this is actualized. I'm taking this for real. I'm taking myself for real because I'm alive. And how am I alive? I don't know, but I am. It's
long.
You know, could be a little dramatic. It could be, but it's it's enriching. Yeah, it's enlivening your spirit. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on here. Destroying the falsehoods. That moon in the fourth house. Saturn in the fifth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really connecting to your you know, your consanguinity and what that really is. You are not Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian. You are not Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian. You are not Negro. You are not. You are not. That's me quoting Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And I mean, I didn't say that. I mean, I didn't say it like I didn't say it. So I don't know. It's and then that's the moon's last aspect, right?
Yep.
Yes. 3 hours.
Right. Yep. And he also didn't say you might not, you possibly could not, you're not.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that's not. And look, moon goes into Capricorn. Yeah. So in the second house.
353.
Yeah, man. Yep. So and this is moon's in the second. It's like, okay, now with all of that recognition and what you just basically have been bestowed upon from the elders and whatever message you just got, now it's like, wow, I can actually speak up now because I actually know like where I come from. And it may, like, it's gonna be like, so I don't know. It makes me think of like when you get goosebumps because you might say something that you may not have thought you knew, possibly. Yeah, like, you know, it's like when you freestyling You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it just made me think about, yeah. So if it's like when I'm playing the guitar, I definitely do things that it just happens. And then when I try to think about it and do it, it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. So this is basically that energy. The moment of speaking up and honoring your ancient foremothers and forefathers. It's like, why now. It's not me just saying it. It's not like we're just like, honor your ancient foremothers and forefathers. Okay. No, that's not what it is. You're getting why. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much that, man. Yeah. I yield with that.
Islam, very triumphant this would be, considering Jupiter's final dispositor for when Luna ingresses Sagittarius, ruling over the 5th and 2nd houses.
It's like reform.
Say it again.
Reform.
Yeah, Jupiter's at like this triumphant and great general's degree, even though the 2nd house cusp is just 34 minutes past accidents to wheeled vehicles. So you guys make sure you're being very very vigilant. However, it's almost kind of like that. Whoo, that was close kind of energy. So yeah, so this is looking really, really awesome. Let's stop the screen share here. Guys, I'd like to thank you all. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. We'd like to thank you on behalf of brothers Corey, brothers Corey Bay, Art Mwaba Bay, Terrell Samari Bay, all right, Sean Alim L, right, and I, Brother Hassan Gazio Bay, like to say thank you and much, much gratitude to our beloved brother, whom we're well pleased, Brother Chi Bay, all righty. You guys can again check out his music, him and David's music. You guys have been literally listening to for 20 plus years. And they're still very active. And as you can see, still are very youthful also, right? You'll probably also see us tonight. You guys can check out Mully, Marco, and Friends is what Mully calls it now. He said Mully, Marco, and Friends. At 0915 minutes. Actually 2100 hours, 15 minutes Eastern. Right, and check that out. However, we'd like to thank you all, guys, and look forward to that email to come out tomorrow, and share this with your loved ones. All righty. So with that, I yield the floor. Anything else, guys, that you have to say? I know you want to move, Brother Terrell, and I got some things to knock out here too, bro. Any other comments, questions, or suggestions?
Islam, region circle 7, Holy Quran. Yes. And
Cool.
honor your foremothers and forefathers and know who they are. Start with your mother and your father.
Correct, Brother Sean.
Islam.
Man, just be grateful for all the things, major, minor, positive as they say, negative as they say. Just being grateful and read something. And if you can only manage 2 minutes, read something, anything.
Indeed. That's right, indeed. So I would say also be yourself and
Definitely be yourself.
Donate.
Exactly, guys. Be yourselves and donate. Guys, we look forward to connecting with you. We know you're going to get your Mirror AstroLiteracy session. So with that being said, guys, we yield the floor. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your studies. See you in Jurisprudence Gym next day. Shout out to Malika and Sunny and all our loved ones there also at Jurisprudence Gym. And you guys already know Friday is Impromptu Improv with Brother Aura and I and any of the other brothers that show up for Impromptu Improv. And, Sunday is AstroCivics Sunday. All right, so we say to you all, namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace and love.
Read a book.